If you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. But when they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. You think taking guns away will save our kids from the killings, but you're pro-choice, abortion kills way more children. If America's so terrible and racist, it probably isn't safe to encourage immigration. Just saying, all the contradictions are embarrassing. You know who hates America the most? Americans.
Whoops. I hit the wrong button. What's up, everybody?
What's happening?
Just because you didn't have a good day don't mean that I didn't have a great day.
How's it going, y'all?
I had an absolute beautiful day. I watched Alabama fucking lose.
Awesome.
Go Tennessee Vols. You know? So that was a beautiful day.
Exciting. Okay, I'm going to tell you about my day real quick. First of all, I got my daughter's, I'm renovating my daughter's basement, about 1,200 square foot. Drywall all the way around and 2 center walls, plus a bathroom. Got it all sanded, mudded, sanded, and primed today. I'm done with drywall.
There you
Awesome.
So on the way home, I had to stop and get milk at Speedway, in case there's one near you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Buy one, get
Yeah.
one for $1.
Wow.
Then I pull in the driveway and get out, and I hear Steve looking around, and my neighbor's out on his porch. His wife, they might watch the chat. His lovely wife may or may not have left the freezer door open a crack.
Uh-oh.
He's going out of town tomorrow and don't have time to deal with it. Hands me a whole bag of partially thawed walleye fillets.
Nice.
So how was that?
Oh, fucking gold. Guess who's having a fish fry tomorrow?
I'll be there. I'll go.
Right?
Kidding.
Freaking walleye's the bomb.
Come on, go.
Let me get this straight. There's actually you and food at your house at the same time?
I know. I have a new life partner, and it's like, holy shit, I think I gained 10 pounds.
She's a good cook.
I'm happy for you, dude.
You can't tell my cheeks are puffier.
Right? I just thought, you'd been paying attention to the squirrels and the chipmunks,
Stocking up for winter. Oh, by the way, it was cold here today all day.
Yep.
Not cold, sissy ass cold, but like 40, 39, 40-ish.
The wind wasn't helping.
Right?
Today was a low of 72.
Oh. We love those days, especially when they come in the fall here and there. Let me do a quick rundown and we can get into it. Miss Shalisa Shell first. What's up? Mikey DeLucia front and center. What's happening, bro?
What's going on?
Miss Dish Outdoors crap third.
I know. Hey, everybody.
By the way, hey, I'm on top of it
Video.
tonight, so
The new
Yep.
video master. Gear grinded 19. I have no idea what you said because I was talking.
I said I'm on top. Last night you were under her. Tonight I'm on top. So I went like this.
Yeah, I know, but I have the magic button.
Oh, fuck you and your butt.
That means I'm on the steam.
Shrek. He always wins.
Dish Outdoor. Flan! What's up, Flan?
57.
Uh-oh. Holy shit. Saw on YouTube the Tennessee fans tore down the goalposts. Thousands of them were on the field.
Yeah, they what do you call it, the field? They rushed the field.
Wow.
They were the winners or they were the losers?
The winners.
Oh, okay.
And they haven't beaten Alabama in like 15 years.
So they had like an insurrection.
So they had an insurrection.
Did the FBI show up?
Well, here's the funny part that you bring it up, but because I never knew this. The announcers after the game, and after, they're saying that they're doing their sign off, and they said that's going to be a well-earned fine that the Tennessee will have come Monday morning for the.
Gotcha.
Because anytime you bull rush a field like that, the school in college, I don't know, I don't think the pros do it, but the school has to pay X amount of thousands of dollars now in a fine because the kids wanted to.
Wow.
Field.
SKS Hugo, what's up? I remember that when I was in high school, that there was a few rules they had. Even if you won, you forfeited the game.
Yeah,
on some shit like that. Swamp Donkey 530. What's up, bro? Yeah, right. Bring out the howitzers.
Howdy,
oh,
Phil.
absolutely.
Fifth.
Beth, what's up, kid?
Okay, somebody tell me how many years ago I had that typing error?
At least 4 or 5.
So,
6 maybe.
But we're trying to figure out what you was that typing or was when his name was Swamp Donkey.
Because I was trying to call him Jeff, and I hit an F instead of the J.
Geek Ride, you never answered
They
my
kind of look familiar.
And then you
Yeah.
became fatigued.
Geek Ride, you never answered my question last night when I asked you who I shared a birthday with.
You've been looking it up all day. Flan
Nick.
says 50 grand. MCK, what's up?
Chili's.
Apparently, Mick survived the Scotsman. That's good.
That's good.
Mick, what's up, kid?
He could do a what's up video about I survived the Scotsman visit.
Right?
Oh, poor guy.
Pizza.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gear. I didn't see it. Do you know who it is, Gear? There must have been a lot of drink. There must have been a lot of drinking involved for him to last the Scotsman.
That kind of follows Scotsman around, I hear. I don't know.
I don't know.
Sometimes maybe not.
That's a lot of booze involved there.
I heard he's got a handle on it. Unlike the old days.
36, it's 50, it's 52 degrees right now here.
Wow, flying 36.
Bit nipply up there.
Perfect.
I'm busting
Damn it.
you, Mike. I do good enough to remember my own birthday, let alone anyone else's.
Anybody getting all the new security alerts and bullshit on their phone
Yeah,
and the computer?
I don't pay attention to them.
Yeah, it's a bullshit, but it keeps popping up and I got to keep getting rid of it.
Yep.
I hate.
Yeah, George Jones.
Okay, what the hell that was interesting. Are you there? Are you there?
Hi, Mike.
I'm here.
What happened there? Whoa, where'd Dish go?
Oh,
Ah,
Well,
you can have it dish.
although
I don't know if she'll get mad at me for parting her hair in the middle. That's all.
that's a pretty awesome trade, though.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know if she'd get upset. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, it snowed up in where Swamp Donkey's at.
Well, yeah, he's out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Cool.
Cool flying.
It snowed in Alaska the other day too. It was like 62 degrees one day. And the next day it snowed, and now it's like 9 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's cool, MCK. I'm glad you survived.
One day, not two. Fuck the Michigan people, MCK. Come to Massachusetts and Maine. New Hampshire.
Why in the hell did I
More of
open
us
my
in
phone?
Michigan.
Shut up about Michigan.
About Michigan.
Fuck, I'm so tired of listening about that fucking state.
You love it.
We
Oh
can't
my God.
wait to see your ass in here.
Yep. Someday he'll come and he'll
Nope.
say, "Oh my God, I'm home."
Nope.
No, he'll be talking about how he's gonna move out here. He won't
That'll be one of the
New
no.
Hampshire anymore.
There's only a couple of states in the continental United States that I would move to.
Hey, Trevor.
Trevor, what's up?
Trevor, what's up, kid? I would move to Maine. I would move to Montana. I would move to one of the Dakotas or both of the Dakotas. And having not seen one of those states, I would still do it. Jezzo, what's up, kid?
Jezzo.
Daryl B, what's happening?
I can't. MCK, where are you? I always forget where he is. Is he Indiana or something, right? I always forget what people are. I'm terrible like that. Thank God Stump has a SC next to his name because I would, I think he's probably like in North Carolina or Alabama or something,
We've all got
Tucky.
fifth next to our name.
Tucky.
Right on, Flan. You got the same big mountains at the other side of Canada,
Yeah. I'd like to go to any.
Go see the mountains there and then drop down and see Arizona. It's out west is absolutely breathtaking.
Little west of Indy. I told you it was in Indiana.
I apologize for the interruption here. I missed part of that, but Mike was running his mouth and I heard mine or my old lady's name, so I'm sure he's full of bullshit like normal. So just in case, fuck you, Mike.
All right, so I didn't say anything. All I said was it's a good thing that Stump has an SC next to his name, so I know where he lives. And now you want to fuck me? Okay.
Okay, well, I stand corrected, but you got to admit, normally you talk more fucking bullshit than that Scotsman.
You sound like the Scotsman. Do you wear a dress too?
No, but I do wear boxers. That way my nuts don't get hung up.
I can't wear boxers. It hurts too much.
No, I got to have the room.
Hurts too much when I walk when you wear boxers.
Now I understand why guys are uncomfortable when the girls get to talking.
You sit down, it's like, oh, I just sat on my nutsack. No, I can't do that.
Well, you got to sit down with your little understanding of what's going on. I mean, just never mind.
Right on.
I don't want to put my butt on the front of the seat and have to slide back every time to get shit out of the way.
Fallon, look up Mount Washington in the state of New Hampshire. Oh, cool beans. Gauge 1 today, 6-4.
Nice.
I've always wanted to do that. I always wanted to go to British Columbia.
Go what?
Go to British Columbia.
Right on. It's absolutely gorgeous.
On my way to fucking Alaska, I'll stop in and say hi. Oh, actually, I can't, right? I have to write the fucking letter first to get permission to fucking go across the border.
That's one thing I'm glad I fit into my young life is traveling out west. That was so cool and educational, and oh my God, just to see that open country and stuff.
Crossing over the Mississippi, crossing over the Great Divide, it just gets, man, it's so different.
It's
I like
it was hard to believe I was in the same country.
I liked Minnesota when I was there. Didn't seem bad.
I've never been there.
I still have to do the loop-de-loop out east.
You haven't been to the Atlantic Ocean yet, Steve?
Nope.
It's cold.
Was I? Nope.
It's cold water.
I
Except for
been
this past year is the warmest I've ever remember.
Furthest east I've been is Pennsylvania.
That's pretty close.
And that was I think I was on the west side of Pennsylvania.
All right, so you're about
Wasn't
7
that far
hours.
into it.
Last time I was in Delaware, right after we left, Hurricane Andrew hit.
That's 7 hours for me in Delaware.
I didn't get to enjoy much scenery, if you know what I mean.
You know what's amazing? It's 7 hours for me to get to Delaware. I have to go through 3 states. 4? 3 or 4? 3?
Once I get that
Right.
teeny tiny, who's counting?
I can go to just, a few hours past Jerry's house, and that's 8 hours. Never leave the state of Maine,
Banff. I think I hit that. Yeah, so we went like straight shot out the bottom of Michigan, all the way to the West Coast, down the West Coast, dipped into Mexico, got the hell out, and then I did the whole southern coast, and plus some zigzaggies in between. like slipped over to Arizona or up to Arizona and then back down. Texas took like a week.
Yeah.
That fucking state is huge.
My brother drove from Florida to Western Texas, and he's like, "You want a long, boring drive? Drive across the state of Texas."
It's like just forever.
Yeah, that's what he said.
It was pretty cool, but
He goes, I set my what do you call it, for like 90, and people were passing him.
yeah.
You know,
In Texas, yeah.
yeah, his what do you call it, the fucking cruise control.
Yeah, you hit the interstate in Texas. You set the cruise control in the triple digits, and you try to make sure don't too many people suck your doors off. They still gonna get past you running 100, 110.
Especially like Houston and Galveston area, it's probably the worst there. Dallas, if you go 90, there's a good chance you're going to jail. But
Right.
people still do it.
Yeah, like I think up here, I think the fastest Jerry, isn't the speed limit 75 or 80 or something as soon as you go by?
I'm a redneck cockerham. What's up?
No way.
What's
What's up,
Hey.
kid?
How's it going?
Tommy, how
up,
are you?
kid?
I think the speed limit in
What's up,
Texas,
dude?
the speed
Good to
limit in
see you.
Texas is mostly 65. But if you live in Texas, that's just a suggestion.
That's minimum.
Old Town.
Yeah.
When you go by Old Town, Jerry, is the speed limit up to 80 on 95?
I think our fastest highway here is 75. And if you ain't doing 90, you're getting smoked.
Our fastest, the fastest I've ever seen it is 70, and that's in Maine on 95. 80 north of Old Town. Yep. Because it's just there's nothing. It's a 2-lane highway. When I mean 2 lanes, it's like
Left or after?
2 lanes going north, 2 lanes going south. And no, I get that, Steve. But when I could see where I'm from, a 4-lane highway is 4 going in the same direction.
Jesus Christ.
So, well, in that case, there, Route 93 is an 8-lane highway.
Yeah.
You know, we don't do that. We just say, it's 4, because then, I never trucked south and west when I drove. Always.
Somebody just popped in. It's Ohio. Late to the party, Ohio.
Fuck Texas. Too high.
Damn it, man.
Where the hell have you been?
You missed your boyfriend.
Oops, did I just laugh out loud?
A little bit.
Hey, Mike, it's weird you bring that up though about where you're from. A 4 lane's actually an 8-lane compared to down here. A friend of mine come down to visit and took him down a dirt road. Man, he swore him down. We was going down somebody's driveway until it lasted. We got to that little creek and there wasn't no bridge. And he's like, "Hold on, you sure about this shit?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, it ain't but about 4 inches deep." The approaches, on the other hand, were a little steep.
Right on.
Oh.
Yeah, we got a lot of skinny 2 lanes here. I'll tell you where they have a lot. You ever watch One Lonely Farmer? In New Jersey, out in the country, they have a ton of super skinny 2 lanes.
Right on.
And he's
That's
trying to get his big ass tractor down them.
That's what 95 is. 95 is when you guys say 2 lanes, you mean 2 going the same direction?
No, it's 1 lane going this way and the other lane going the other way.
All right, so I call that a 1 lane. But all right, yeah, we have one of those for Route 3 in New Hampshire. It's about maybe fucking 10 foot wide, 11 foot, 12 foot wide if you're lucky.
Yeah.
And it's US Route 3. Oh, is it Interstate 3? One or the other. I thought it was US Route 3. Might be Interstate 3.
Over where Charles Schultz lived, the guy that created Peanuts, Snoopy, and
Yes.
all that. all the little roads out there are one lane, and you got to pull over when someone else is coming the other way
Right on.
and let each other around.
There's a few out in farm country that it's a narrow ass 2-lane, and then because the ground is so flat, the roadbed is built up. You pull over like 2 to 3 feet, you're in a ditch.
Right.
So it's like, stay sober.
Yeah, they've got some highways here that are majorly fucking scary. Like Highway D, it's pretty windy, but the bad part is if you're even off 2 inches, your ass is going down a fucking mountain 50 fucking feet.
Right.
And they don't have guardrails, which drives me nuts. And so E is even worse than that. And so if it's been raining or there's a slight what y'all call a dusting here, or there's actual fucking snow where my tires can't grip the road, I'm not fucking driving down any of those roads. My ass is gonna avoid whatever area that is because I don't need to fucking go there. I'm not trying to end up at the bottom of a fucking mountain.
It's like the auto road in fucking New Hampshire going up Mount Washington. You can climb Mount, you can take the road up. They have this road goes right up to the top of Mount Washington. But you know, you can buy a little fucking CD. They'll tell you all about the mountain when they put the road in, the whole 9 yards, and how many people died on it, and the whole everything, right? But forever, you'll still always get these people don't pay attention. And we were coming down, and this guy and a woman are going up, and they get their kids, and he's talking to his wife, da 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 da, and it's a 90. We were on the bikes. He's on the road like this, and he hit the thing, and I'm like, he gets everybody out of the car, and I'm like, call a wrecker. I go, you should be proud of yourself. You saved your whole family, because that's down. You're gone like, you know, a mile down.
Well, you also put them at risk too. So, you
know, I'm like, you gotta pay attention up here. This isn't fucking, you know, you're not on a flat road in the fucking desert.
Gunpowder flames waving high.
From here, it takes 40. From here, if I take 43 to the interstate, if I go south on 95, it's 70. If I go north, it's 80. Yeah. When I left here, technically, it's still the same town, right? But I was at work. I wasn't at my house. But when I left work to up to Maine, when I went to Maine a couple of weekends ago, it's 204 miles, and a lot of it is, what do you call it? I call it back road because you can't go over fucking 50. But I went at night. I'm surprised. I can't believe I did not get pulled over.
Sometimes driving at night is actually safer because at least you can see people coming around the corner.
But up there, especially when you get into the I shouldn't say unpopulated towns, right? But the less populated. The less populated means what? Less cops. So your chances are greater that you're not going to see a cop than you are going to see a cop.
Yeah, but if you do, it's not going to be good.
So the speed limit's 40. I'm doing 65. You know, and then I had to slow down when I hit the fucking this Route 17, and it goes by this lake. And once you get up to where I was going near Rangeley, they have this what do you call them, overlook, so you can take pictures and shit, right? Well, they're working on the road, and it's a gully with water in it on the other side, apparently. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? So, I mean, I did like 50 through there, 45, but.
Hi, Susie.
Hello. Hi, Susie.
Hi, Susie.
Grandkids getting ready for bed.
Hi, sweetheart. Stupid keyboard's frigging up again.
Hey, Susie.
Blame the keyboard.
Howdy, Miss Susie.
How did the old lady that lived in a shoe get her kids ready for bed?
I don't know.
Chloroform.
No, that was modern times. No, something about gave them a cracker and spanked their butt and sent them off to bed or some stupid. I can't remember.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it was.
The poem.
I don't know if it was Dice Clay or George Carlin, but it was something about the old lady who lived in the shoe. She had so many kids her fucking uterus fell out. That lady.
Yeah,
Definitely Dice Clay.
Mikey, 15 is repaid from playing with a dust kick. Oh, nice.
the thing is, how does Steve bring this shit up and not know the fucking punchline to the damn dude?
Now you got to go look it up.
I gotta go up there. I gotta get back up to Bangor.
It
Steve,
was
we
something mean. I remember that.
Steve, you should come out here. We'll go ice fishing. We'll come here. We'll drive up to Jezzo's and we'll ice fish on fucking 30 inches of ice.
Cool. Fuzz Forgate, what's up, buddy?
Fuzz.
Except I'm not doing.
I want to do the East.
I'm not doing this though, Stevie. Joey's got all the toys. We don't even have to walk. He's got the shit to go, so we don't even have to walk. Right, Jerry?
There we go. I found it, Steve. The old woman in a shoe whipped them soundly and put them to bed.
There you go. I knew it was something mean.
I like my version better.
Fucking cocaine. No,
Share.
I got a mustache hair. Instead of being like this, it's like that, and it keeps tickling my nose.
Oh boy.
Time to get out the scissors. Because a little word of advice, ladies included, when you hit that age, never, under any circumstances, pluck a mustache hair. Because them fuckers are like tied right to your nervous system.
Hey, by the way, Trevor is not lying. They have a train ride. Do you ever watch the old cowboy and Indian movies? And you see the train riding on the side of the mountain?
Yeah.
And then down below is like a fucking river.
Yep.
Let him strike me dead. That's the exact same train ride he took. And let me tell you something. Just looking at it, I'm not going Trev, that train ride actually goes all the way to North Conway, New Hampshire.
Gerald B says, no, I got 2 of them hand crank augers.
I thought you had a power. That's right. I'll by then I'll have my credit card in order. We'll be getting an auger.
Little pit stop on the way.
Fucking K, right. Let me tell you something. The 21 inches last year did me right in. I will never do no 3 to 5, 3 inches. Well, I know Dish gets mad.
I think spudding the hole is easier than them hand cranky jobs. Those them fucking things wear me out.
Oh, the hand crank? Yeah.
I got a brand new one that was on sale like a quarter of what it normally was, so I bought it. It's missing the 2 pieces go together and the bolt goes through. It's missing that bolt. But it's
really?
the smaller size for panfish, so they're a lot easier to crank.
Yeah. I got that 8-inch, I think. And I got the Eskimo. It only cost me $100. It only cost me $100.
Dish caught it.
But the thing broke, so it's like the handle, and it's putting. Oh, fuck, dude! It fucking hurt so much. I wanted to cry.
Dude, get you a pine knot, do a little whittling, drill a hole in the bottom, stick it on there. Easy peasy.
No, because I just did 20 inches of fucking snow ice last year. It's never happening again, dude. Never. I'm getting a fucking auger. I'll do 3 inches of ice, 4 inches of ice, fine. I am not ever going to do anything more than 4 inches of ice.
Yeah, that's like
no way.
That's like a quarter of the way, take a smoke break. A quarter of the way, take a smoke break.
I'm sorry. All I heard is Mikey's not taking 4 inches. What?
No, he said he had an 8-incher.
I do. All right, I can't do that. All right, no mind.
Fuzzfork has a gas-powered post hole auger. I'm like close enough, dude. You sharpen them blades, it'll go through.
Yeah,
ice, I'm
right.
sure.
Yep.
It's a little heavy and awkward, but
No, I'll go on I can go on Facebook. Facebook, what do they call it now, and find one. I can find one from like 1980. As long as it's a one-stroke little fucking engine. It's not like it's fucking.
basically a weed eater mower.
It's a weed.
mower.
Exactly, right. So it's got one spark plug. It's got one. I mean, the engine fit in the palm of your hand, for Christ's sakes. You know. But they do have those new ones that cost like fucking $900. I'm like, who the hell would pay $900 for a fucking whole logger?
Did
Same
you call
guys
this
that pay,
thing
you
a
know,
one-stroke
$6,000
motor?
for a rifle.
What was that, Stump?
Did Mikey refer to that thing as a one-stroke motor?
No, well, it's like a stump. It's so tiny, right? It's like a little. When you do the when you-
It's one stroke and he's done.
exactly, but stump. Picture a weed whacker, right?
Yeah, a little two-stroke motor.
I know, but I call it a one stroke. You know why? Because it's
piston.
yeah. It's just stump. They're not like the newer ones you see on TV and all that. All right, I'll
Oh,
give you
y'all just count shit all kind of retarded up north. You know
No,
that?
but listen, Stump, listen to me for a second, please. The older ones, when you get them, right? It's no. Steve wasn't lying. The engine's no bigger than a weed whacker, and as you know, you can take a weed whacker engine off that fucking stick, and you can put it in the palm of your fucking hand.
Oh yeah, but that's
Okay.
a one-cylinder motor, but it's a two-stroke. You got two
Oh,
strokes.
yeah, it's a two-stroke, but you know what I'm saying, though, Stump. It's just
Okay, all right.
Trevor.
So what's a one-cylinder four-stroke motor called?
Lawnmower, Briggs and Stratton,
Briggs and Stratton.
Tecumseh.
Now, see, the one I almost bought last year did have a little tiny little Briggs and Stratton motor on it, and I should have bought that one when I had the chance. Guy was selling for $60.
Whoops.
I would probably take somewhere to have the blade shop because I couldn't. There's no way I'd be able to sharpen those blades.
If that angle is not perfect, that damn thing will not cut ice to save your ass.
Exactly. That's why I would take it to a knife guy.
One little bit of back bevel and you're screwed.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm not filing it. I'm not doing. You know what I mean? Nope, not touching it. But yeah, so I'm upset because I should have bought it when I had the chance.
I wouldn't mind having one of them really old hand augers that's shaped like a spoon, basically.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then
I don't think I've ever seen that.
scrape the ice more than try to cut it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're fast. When they're sharp, they go real fast.
You know them an old-fashioned bit like that wouldn't be all that hard to make, Steve.
Right.
Yeah, just a little bit of flat steel, dish you out a spot on an old stump or a log or something, heat it, beat it, get it cooled off kind of quick in some oil. Hell, get after it with a grinder, a little afternoon fucking off project. Hell, next thing you know, you got some shit made you can play with.
Right on.
Buckfork says Mike should rent a hole that's already cut.
Well, I try not to. Like this one's for $100, $150. Jiffy. I never heard of Jiffy before. But it's not. It's never gonna happen again. That much I can tell you.
See, Stump would go out there with a 1-inch drill or an 1.25 drill down and then drop a stick of dynamite in there.
Yeah.
Be done with it. Everybody gets fish.
Well, you know,
Well, they said
actually, I've been thinking about this whole ice fishing shindig, and ways to make it less, ignorant. Yeah, because to me, fishing is casting a line over and over. I'm covering a large area from one spot, and then we move. How about we rig up some sort of little submarine to drag around a school of little lures? You know, you gotta do something to make this shit less boring. I mean, damn.
little remote control.
Yeah.
Well, people told me I should buy the attachment and use a drill. Well, I would need one of the drills with the fucking handle on it because I'm thinking the torque would just fucking rip my fucking wrist right off. Yeah, see, Eskimo is $300. No, thank you. Wow, I can't get away from this guy tonight. A Scotsman ice maker. That sounds fucked up and stupid, doesn't it? Ice fishing auger drill plate. No, I don't want a plate. Blades.
And there goes Mike down the rabbit hole.
I'm right here, buddy. I just can't see your faces. See, because you got me going. You got me going. It's not my fault. It's you people. You people did it.
Notice we get blamed for his bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Gerald B., I didn't even know they made propane augers. But he says they have a fault. You have to warm them up before they get too cold or they're not too good on the starting.
Yeah, makes sense. Oh, that's a 10-inch auger. 10 inches.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of a stupid concept then to even make that for cold weather?
I would think so.
Isn't a 10-inch auger kind of stupid to have?
Well, not if you're fishing for fucking big lake trout or muskie or sturgeon or.
Yeah. Is that
Hell, you could almost spear through a 10-inch hole.
Is that 10 inches? No, but this is.
That's what she said.
That's a real SKS.
Little dreamer.
Dream. There's no way. Wow, I never would have guessed that. All right, Stevie, the polar tip ups. You remember these, right?
I thought you called them traps.
I do.
Why
But
did you say
I said tip up for you because you make fun of me when I say trap. How long is it from this edge to this edge?
About 18 inches.
Pretty much. You have a good fucking educated guess. 16.
Yeah, I was close.
So that was
What's 2 inches when you're having a good time, right?
Right. What's 2 inches between two? What's 2 inches between best friends? Dish? No, just kidding.
Yeah, there you go, Fuzz. You need a big hole. Just drive your car out there.
Yeah, but I don't think my round traps are. Yeah, they might be 10 inches round. I think they're only 8 inches round.
Oh, the ones that are supposed to keep the hole open?
Ohio wants to know if he can come up out of the basement.
No.
Oh, shit. We lost gunpowder. I didn't even notice. Ooh, shame on me. Sorry, gunpowder. I did notice. I really did. What's up, Ohio?
What's going on?
His banana's back.
Thanks for waiting,
I'm
buddy.
getting
I
kind of scared
appreciate it.
sitting in the basement all in the dark by myself.
Well, I'm sure you got toys to keep you occupied.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right, Gerald B. I bought these two. I should probably. I like the round ones because my brother bought me the round ones, so it's like, and they're they got the little piece of styrofoam up underneath. Plus, they have the little compartments for hooks, whatever, blah blah blah. Blah, you know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, so everything's right there. So like, if you needed a new hook, if it, you ruin your hook, took your hook or whatever, snap your line, open up the compartment like right on the trap itself. Bang! There's hooks, there's fucking sinkers, there's fucking everything you need right there.
Gotcha.
Oh, hey, I went fishing today. Remember we were talking about that rig?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I told my neighbor, I says, listen, I go, I don't think this is going to work. I says, because we don't have current. I said, so I don't, He's, well, he says, I seen the guy told me to work as long as, he says, not to make the leader too long. I said, okay. I get in the truck this morning. I said, you know, the rod. He said, I got all the rods. I got everything in the back. I said, all right. We get to where we're going. That fucking leader was fucking 30 inches fucking long. And I said, that's going to sit on the bottom. He goes, no, it won't. I says, it won't, huh? So I took the fucking thing and I cast it at 4 feet in front of us, and I went, look. He goes, why is it doing that? I says, because you cut it too long. No big deal. Watch. Here's the other thing. You know what I've never seen it, Steve, in all my years. Maybe you guys have. Maybe they sell them out you guys' way or down the south where Stump is or whatever. But it's a I'm going to call it 3-headed. Don't laugh. It's a 3-sided barrel swivel.
Yeah.
I've never seen one in all my fucking.
Yeah, they use them for crappie rigs and some shit, don't they, Dish?
Yep.
And that's another rig I don't know how to rig up. How do you rig up a crappie rig?
You're asking the wrong guy. I've never got into the crappie thing because most of the lakes around me never had hardly any of them in there.
Yeah, we don't have a lot around here either. But I mean, they're
Crappie.
we're white. But yeah, so I cut it way down. It works for a little bit.
So
but
what he did is run the main line to a barrel swivel and then a tag line with the sinker,
yes.
and then another
And the hook
line.
down the hook and the sinker were on the same. No, they weren't. The sinker was off to the left, and the hook was down the bottom. Yeah, so he tied the sinker on to the. If you're looking at the, I said 3-headed, right, or 3-sided, the 3-sided barrel swivel, because it wasn't a clip kind. It was the barrel kind, right? The one when the swivel part came off this way, he had the weight on that one, and then he had the hook one on the bottom, and then this one here came off the line at the top of your rod, main line. So I took the fucking thing and I cut it to about 8 inches. Mine floated because we were only using what do you call it? He bought some. Oh my god, it smelled like cat food.
The catfish bait. Nasty.
Yeah, because he wanted to catch some catfish. So, he's the only one that got. I don't know how he did it, how it got off or whatever, but he had one, and then it wasn't there when he was reeling it in anymore. So
because it felt the weight.
Well, he only used 3 ounce. I mean, 3/4 ounce.
Yeah, but if a fish is grabbing said food like a minnow, a worm, whatever, gob of crap on a stump,
Yeah.
he picks it up and just starts moving off with it. He's not expecting to get up, back the other way. That's why using the egg sinker with your line through it, you leave a little slack in your line when your pole's in your holder or whatever on the beach, and the fish can take off with it and take it into its mouth deeper before it feels any pull.
Right.
And if you're using a circle hook, they get some speed going, they will actually hook themselves before they feel the weight of the sinker.
Well, the one I used 100 years ago, I don't know how we rigged it. It was the last time I did it was with my grandfather, and I mean 100 years ago. I think I was probably maybe 13 or 12, and we were on what river in New Hampshire? I forget what the fuck river we were on. He said, "Hey, you want to try something?" I said, whatever. I don't understand what we're going to do that we're not already trying. He says, just listen to your grandfather, kid. I'm like, all right. He did pretty much the same as what my neighbor, but it wasn't a 3-thing swivel. I don't know how he did it, but anyway, the way he did it was he did it the way my neighbor did it. He used it, but it was I think he used, because back in the day we can use the what do you call it? And so I think he only had like 3 or 4 of those, and then because the water was so crystal clear you could see it, the way it hit the bottom, and the fucking and the bait in the bait just fucking floated. But he was catching fish all day on that.
Oh, split shot. Is that
Yeah,
what you meant
he
by
used
what
split
you call
shot.
it?
He used yeah, I couldn't spit it out.
I'm going through my inventory.
He used split shot instead of a
Treble
single.
hook? No.
He used split shot instead of a single weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He just
yeah.
put like 3. He just put like, I mean, he wasn't gonna put one of those fucking ocean ones on there. You know. But because he used to surf cast all the time. I used to get a kick out of watching my dad surf cast. Can I try that? No, you won't get it out far enough. Can I try it anyway? Sure. I can never could. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, my old man, because they were using the friggin' triangle, friggin', and I think that they throw them like miniature anvils. You know what I mean?
Right.
They just threw that thing out there, put it in the friggin' holder, and sat in the chair and had another beer. Let me see, that's fishing. I'm only good for 2 hours standing up, and then I have to sit because my back just kills me.
Oh yeah, I bet so.
You
Yeah,
know?
dude, I can't even go 2 hours.
It's just I get too uncomfortable, we'll say. Like today, I got uncomfortable, and I'm sitting on. It's funny because the road kind of didn't wash. Well, I guess you could. The rain washed out from on by the sidewalk to where the pond is, and so I'm literally sitting on the sidewalk, but my feet are dangling off the, you know what I mean, off the edge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I'm sitting there having a smoke, and he's like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, the back is just.
How come you don't have a little portable folding chair or stool?
Because most of the times when we go, there's no place for me to set said chair or anything up. I'm standing literally on a rock this big, or, you know, because we don't take a canoe, or we don't go out in a boat. We're shoreline fishing, and it's not on the beach. You know what I mean? It's usually in the woods. You know.
My son just made in his woodshop class the stool.
A what?
A little stool that's
Yep.
like it's a folding thing, and it's like it looks like something that it will slide into a backpack. It will fit into a backpack, and you grab both ends of the bottom and you pull it up, and you slide the top together, and the little legs pop out. And you're like, but that's cool as hell. I mean, it's not big. It won't
Right.
support fucking big ass, but I mean, it's.
Well, just to, make everything bigger.
Just to sit and get off your feet.
You have to make that fucking thing out of 4x4s to fucking pull my ass up.
Well, I had a fishing chair. You know the fishing chair, Stevie, the fold up. You know what I mean? They're just the metal ones. They fold right up. There's no back on them, no nothing.
Yeah.
They're about this. I had one of those. Problem was I used to take that hunting. So guess what I did?
Left it in the woods.
Bingo.
I hate when that happens.
One of these days, I'm going to be walking through the woods of Maine and go, hey, that's my chair.
I have a tripod-like chair, almost like a director's chair that fits nice in my cracks in case I ever need to sit down. I don't want to sit on a wet log, you know.
Right. Yeah, so that's our problem when we go is that
Don't
Hey,
be
Preppy, what's up?
it's never really on the beach. I mean, I fish
So
in the
you're
dock.
saying the river has like brush all along the edge and
Pretty
shit?
much.
Yeah,
I
you gotta
mean, there
kinda
are some
poke your
small
way.
where I caught that beautiful smallmouth that I showed you the picture of. That was a kind of beachy area. And when I mean beachy area, I mean there was like sand, probably 3 foot, 2 foot. You know what I mean? Before you hit the edge of the water.
Right on.
And I probably could have used a chair there, but I don't think of it. But when I get tired, really all I do is that I'll find like either a natural chair or a natural type thing on the embankment, and I'll just sit or lean against that until I feel better.
Good side,
Yeah.
passers-by might give you money thinking you're a homeless dude.
Oh, well, you know.
I used
Oh,
to,
but not
carry a 5-gallon bucket, it's like a minnow bucket or whatever that we had. That I had a
toilet seat
special
on it?
lid for. It had the seat on it.
The toilet seat.
No, not the toilet seat, but it had like
Oh.
a padded seat.
Swivel.
Yeah,
I
it would
should try
turn.
one of those.
I used to love taking a bucket because you can throw all your gear in there when you're moving,
Right.
and your worms don't dump out inside your tackle box.
You know where I suffer the most though? In his boat. I suffered big time because there's no backing sitting on that chair,
Yeah.
and he won't drive the boat. It's only a little 10 horse. It's not like it's a fucking yacht. And I'm like, dude, what are you gonna learn how to do it if you don't? You're never gonna learn how to do it if you don't do it. I don't want to fucking deal with it. You buy a boat and don't want to learn how to drive it. That makes no sense to me. So, anyways, I wind up driving the boat.
So you're
And-
kind of twisted.
Oh my god, yeah, because it's and I'd say to him, I go, hey, is there a clearing up there? He'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, lines up. Right? He's like, what? I go, lines up. I go, get the troll, because you get the troller motor up front. I'll be like, pull the troller motor in. Why? Pull the troller motor in because I'm the captain of this fucking ship and I told you to do it. And he pulls the troller motor in and I goose that thing and I beach it. Boom. And I hit neutral, kill it, and I put up the engine before it hits the thing, and boom, I slide right in. He goes, where you going? I said, I gotta sit down for a little while. He goes, aren't you sitting down now? I said,
Yeah, but it's different.
I gotta
Boat
lean. I gotta
kill
lean
your
against.
back.
I gotta lean against something right now. And I'd go sit under a tree and just lean against the tree.
And they also make clamp-on chairs for boats, for little flat boats and stuff that clamp right
Well,
on those aluminum seats.
we
that have
had-
a back.
He's got the one, Stevie, that you tighten down, but every time he tightened it down, I almost went ass over tea kettle out of the boat. It was it was a regular chair back. It wasn't like a, you know how sometimes with the chairs that you can hook up to shit like that, it's like a little 6-inch straight back on it. This wasn't. This was a regular chair back. It was like this high, and it was actually curved. But I went like this one day. We were in the boat, and I went like this, and I was like, "Whoa!" And that was it. I said, "Get this thing out of here. I can't
That
deal with
hurts.
it."
You fall down in a boat, you're getting bruised.
I'm like, I can't deal with
I'd
that.
lay the pliers to it. If that didn't fix it, I'd get me a couple of little brackets they use for holding like copper pipe to the wall.
Yep.
And put it right over, a couple of tack screws.
There you
Zoop,
go.
done.
Yep.
Wait till he's out of town one day and just go rig it.
Hey, can I borrow your boat? But yeah, but when I go up north, I can bring a chair, especially if I'm fishing out the dikes or up a dock. I just bring a fucking, I just grab a chair off the fucking beach and just go, you know what I mean, sit in it,
I didn't know that was a thing out east.
Yeah.
Do you have to rent the dike, or she just let you sit?
Oh, you guys never heard of the word dike before? Without
Yes, it's a bridge.
Okay, well, this isn't a bridge, but yeah, okay. As long as you guys know. Making fun of Mikey again.
Brought up another old poem about the kid putting his finger in the hole in the dike, and
Yeah.
Yep.
they were filthy back then.
Or a dam. Is it a dam, or it's a dam, right?
No, I think it's a dike.
Yeah, it's a dike.
All right, Shalisa,
But
Google
what did
it.
it feel like when he did it?
Is a dike a earthen dam, or is it a safety embankment, or what's the definition of a dike? Have fun with that.
So let me explain before she answers that question. Let me explain what we call the dikes up north. The Army Corps of Engineers put them in. We're at the small end of Crystal Lake in New Hampshire, and they put them in. We called them in. Well, I wasn't around. I wasn't even born yet. But they called them in, and they had them put in, and it formed a pool of water, and that's what I grew up swimming in. But the Army Corps of Engineers built it.
Right.
And ever since I was a kid, we've been calling them dikes, and nobody ever said nothing until we were about 11 and heard the word dike or something. And we were like,
Flan says no, Mike. He never heard the word dike.
I'm serious. I'm being serious. A long wall and embankment to prevent flooding. Yep, or a silo. Yeah.
I think a dike versus a dam, a dike is more for safety, not necessarily holding back a river or anything, but just in case you get high water, kind of like a levee.
Almost, yeah. But so it's a pool of water, you know. If you go on Google Maps, see, this is where I miss Driver, because I could tell Driver, go up and Driver, go
Right.
Crystal Lake Road, take Crystal Lake Road, go to Crystal Lake, New Hampshire. Look on the small side of the lake, and then you'll see it on Google Maps. It's a gravel dike with the flagpole coming out of the center of it. But yeah, so anyway, I sit on that with my chair,
Wow.
and
I got pretty much dead nuts on that description.
you know. Even when I use my spinner baits, because sometimes with a spinner you want to stand, you want to do. Not me. If there's a chair involved, I'm sitting and I'm just doing this. Although I used spinner bait today, and I got nothing.
They're finicky. My lake, I swear to God, because it's so small, like 80 acres, maybe 100, that, like, here, I'll give you a remember when Sluggos came out?
Oh my God, yeah.
I had a big white one. I was going to give them a try. I could not throw that thing in the water without catching a bass.
Wow.
Later in the season and the next year, they wouldn't touch it. It's like they figured it out and told everybody, don't eat that big white thing. I swear to God, every time you got a new lure on my lake, they'd go bonkers. But they wouldn't hit it for long.
42 acres. I didn't think it was quite 80.
Really?
Mine's
wow, that's
not.
smaller than I thought.
The pond I fished on today was about maybe 20, if that. If I don't even think it was 20 acres.
Right on. God, now I want to go fishing.
Right?
I want Long John Silver's.
Sorry.
Me too.
Hey, I got prawns, cod nuggets, and cheesy quick taters in the
I
fridge.
love it. I like it. You know, it really does relax me. It really does. I don't have
Clears
to
your head.
think. You know what I mean? And he keeps asking me to go into sign me up for a tournament. My other neighbor, he says, "Oh, you guys should come with me." He said, "We have this tournament during the summer," and I'm like, "Why? I says, "I fish because I like to fish because it relaxes me."
William, welcome. What's up?
Because I know me, and here's what's going to happen if I start fishing competitively for money, for a boat, for fucking whatever, right? I go, what's going to happen is that I'm going to go fucking nuts. I'll be like, oh, and that's not what I want. I don't want to fish like that. I want to fish to have fun. I want to fish to catch the biggest fucking fish I can in my life, yes. But I'm not going to get mad if I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to enjoy myself. Yes.
Gerald B says Bangor area got 5 inches of rain the last 48 hours.
Yeah, they got nailed.
Holy.
Gore?
We only got an inch and a half, but what happened is that the storm that he's talking about, it left my area, went back out into the ocean, and then said, "Fuck you."
Picked up more water.
And then it picked up more water and dumped it all over him.
Right on.
Yep. It was fucking terrible up there. My even my mother-in-law, she lives on the water, she lives on the ocean. She got fucking nails. She's not gonna have power for 4 days. You know,
Right, Fuzz Fork?
Mikey needs
And they
some
are
more-
making a big deal when they out of catching them cheaters.
They arrested him.
Yeah, in the wall. I heard they lost their boat, and there's a bunch of other stuff they've been caught doing.
Well,
Also,
fuck, they didn't pay for their boat anyways. It's all sponsored, so I don't feel bad for them. They don't buy a thing.
There's nothing worse than a cheater, and I consider a poacher a cheater.
Why did they? But
Yeah.
I still don't understand why they did that.
Try to win a fucking tournament and a bunch of money. I can't understand how they would think they would get away with it.
You know,
Those guys weighing those fish, weigh those fish every weekend. They know the difference between a 2-pound walleye and a 5-pound walleye. You know
Just
what
by
I'm saying?
looking
Just by
at it.
looking at it. And then when they set it down on the board and it goes clunk, that's a dead giveaway.
This is Trevor's son Gage out on the ice doing his goalie stuff.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
It is.
Yep. How come you don't have sponsor shit all over them goalie pads?
Yeah.
You need to farm them out, Trevor. Local ice cream shop or something.
They should go to
That's
jail,
cool.
Fuzz.
Oh,
Is
I believe it. Hell yeah.
that was a lot of money they were going to win.
Yeah.
You know what would be even funnier? You know what would be even funnier? That if they actually found out that they would have won, even if they didn't cheat, that would have been funny. That would have been the fucking best.
Just
That would have been the best. That would have been the best.
Yep.
You didn't need to cheat and you would have won. That's awesome.
That would be great.
But no, you're right. They cheated all those people, and I think, what state were they in?
Not a clue.
Whatever state they were in, they lose their fishing license too.
Ohio. They're in Ohio.
They lose their fishing license too.
Right on, MCK. That's cool, man. Out playing with the hunting gear. Where did I
That's
put that
fun.
knife last year? Damn it.
I wish I had
Yep.
a garage. I wish I had a garage to do that.
Oh, very good, William. Maybe the fish identified as larger.
Then they really were.
Yeah. Or the two guys could have said, we identified as winners today. We felt we deserved to win.
But yeah, so I was trying to explain to my wife and others, guys,
Fun.
they didn't. I said they didn't pay for that boat. They don't pay for shit.
You
said, you see-
follow that up, Fuzz Fork. That sounds like an awesome winter project.
I says, you see the names all over that fucking, all over their uniform.
Yeah.
Those people
Ooh.
pay for all that shit.
Ooh, ow.
They don't pay for shit. Maybe gas getting there. That's about it.
So what do you think? Do the wives dump them or they stick with them?
I don't know.
It's a good question.
They didn't cheat on them. They cheated on fish. It was just a
Yeah,
stupid
their names
decision
were
on
out
there. It's a stupid decision. It's not like they robbed a fucking bank. They didn't walk into a 7-Eleven with a fucking 12 gauge. You know what I'm saying?
And that's all it counts, Fuzz. As long as you got a big heart, bro. Especially the older you get.
Stevie, I'll be right back.
Right on. Okay, whip them out. Mike's going. Oh, wait, this is my chat. Never mind.
Yep.
Ooh,
What you got,
do we
popcorn?
Noodles, noodles? Real popcorn? Oh! Oh my God, look at her dump that pine sap on there. She is the fatwood queen.
To it. Sizzles just like
Oh yeah, snap, crackle, pop.
Oh,
good
we
thing
only had
everybody can't
smell of
smell
it.
it. That's one thing that's torture when you smell that stuff and you can't have it.
Yep.
Yep. You can almost taste it. And it's like, ah.
Whose fault was it? Fuzzfork brought up the damn food.
Yep.
We got a great spot for fishing northern pike over here.
Oh yeah.
Over on the Kalamazoo River, in Marshall, Michigan. There's a lot of Butte breweries out there. Right on the fairgrounds there's a big dam, and the water goes under a building, and it's just like a huge lake. And Stewart's Point is a great place to cast a line.
Oh,
Plus,
cool.
they're easy to catch. They're all drunk
Yeah.
from the brewery waste.
I think it's actually upstream from most of the breweries. I know one of them did a TV show for a while.
Right on. And Mr. Ohio just fell out.
He can't make up his mind. You want to be in or not? Come
His
back,
phone,
Ohio.
his phone sounded kind of weird when he was talking. I'll be
Yeah, it
right
did.
back. Dish, you can get out your dildos with stuff if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not get into that. Remember
kinda
when
creepy.
Amanda was up here, we both had vagina funnels. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh no, she got one too.
Did you have a nice conversation when I was gone?
Yep.
I had to go turn on my bed because my room is freaking cold.
Oh yeah.
I hate getting cold sheets on my back.
I don't like going to bed with cold feet.
Yeah. Socks on. And I'm 62 and I can still get my leg up that high.
There
Hey,
you go.
What? Wait, am I 63? No, 2 still.
you in a hurry to get to 70?
I hope I make 70. Are you fucking kidding?
Pretty healthy, Steve.
Get up north, walk up to the porch, keel over, and die in the flower bed. That's probably my luck. There you go, Susie. It's all yours. She's like, let's get to work.
Your heart broke.
Hell no. Having a single woman with 10 acres and a hunting cabin is better than a single woman with a fishing boat and a motor.
She's a great cook.
And I got my oven fixed finally.
Good for you.
Been a while.
Yeah, like 4 years maybe. Since my daughter left, my oven's been broke.
Not for 5 years then. 5 or
Yeah.
6. No,
Fuzz.
Yeah, right? Kind of like how I make my coffee.
Right?
Has anybody ever had those chocolate covered coffee beans?
Oh, I
Now
love
that
them.
we're talking about food.
Yeah, chocolate covered espresso beans are good.
Okay.
It's an acquired taste, I guess.
Oh, they're good. And you eat, it's a great snack because you eat them slow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like chocolate covered peanuts where you just, rah, 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 rah. You know, you can have like 4 or 5 for a whole movie, you know. Anybody else do chocolate and salt? Like if I was eating that popcorn, you eat it with a Hershey bar.
Oh, sure.
Oh my God. Or a bag of Lay's chips and a Snickers.
Dish, I got this damn, oh my God, this thing hurts. Right where my bra strap goes.
Oh, no.
Ow.
Yeah, I'm not trying to show off my shoulder tonight. I'm just trying to be comfortable.
I bet so. That looks sad.
What'd you do? Go date a karate guy or something?
Jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
That looks
Oh.
painful.
Congratulations, Fuzz Fork. 65.
Oh, Buzz.
Moderation, brother, moderation. Have to buy the small pack instead of the big buddy one.
Monkey poop. Isn't there monkey poop coffee out there or something?
Yes.
It's a civet cat,
Mm.
Oh yeah.
one of the highest priced, supposedly the best coffee.
Isn't that the COVID animal?
Could be. What were they talking about? Mink?
William, it says there's a shortage of TP again. Don't listen to Buzzport.
Oh my God, they make chocolate covered chips.
I was going
Holy-
to say that was as bad. That's got to be as bad as chocolate covered potato chips.
Oh my God, that sounds so good. Guess who's going on Amazon after the chat? I got a credit card for Amazon.
Nice.
Yeah, dangerous.
Dangerous.
Very.
Go to buy one knife, next thing you know, you got 6 showing up.
Yep, I know I got some on my wish list. I'm like, it's only $25. It's only
I know. That's almost nothing.
right.
Okay, I won't eat for a week. And it shows up, and, oh, that not eating's just silly. I'd be too weak to use my new knife. I went bonkers there for a minute with knives. Holy. Yeah, right, William. Could not believe that even happened. Fuzz Fork, if you're still watching the news, God bless you, brother. I get my news now right off of YouTube. That way I can vet it and go check it and make sure it's somewhat correct. Check the sources.
I'm still watching the old school evening news.
Wow. All depends what channel.
Yep.
And it seems like one channel is extreme one way and the other channel is extreme the other.
Channels that are proving that the other one's wrong and the other one's proving that this one said that, and back and forth, like CNN and NBC and Fox News, and back and forth. Who said what and what's correct and what's right? And fucking drama, man.
Temperature dropping 46 degrees.
Right on. Exactly, William. You got to be careful what you're thinking, and you'll end up on a list if you say it out loud. Then you get canceled. But they're starting to come back around, some of them.
Or put in jail. Internet jail.
Was it Chelsea Gabbard or something like that? Jumped ship.
Well,
She says she jumped ship. We'll see. Proof is in the pudding.
I missed the conversation. What are we talking about?
Just a little bit about the bullshit on the news and the left leaning and the right leaning, and
I just want to hear what's going on in the world, just to kind of have an idea, and that's it. I don't. Fucking drama.
Save the drama for your mama.
Right.
I think once I get north, I am totally banning news in that house.
So I just went on my Instagram account, right? And of course it has, your email, mdelucia67. It says, request a ballot from Massachusetts today. Voting by mail is available to registered voters in Massachusetts for the 2022 U.S. midterm elections.
Yeah, I got
Massachusetts
one
always
too.
has options for voting in person. I don't know why we are. If you're old, gotcha.
Handicap.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I'm sorry if you're able, and I don't want to hear you work nights because I worked 3 to a fucking 11. I was still able to vote.
Ah,
You know why? Because I got up early and went and voted before I went to work. You know what I mean?
mhm.
They're open from, well, I don't know about anybody else's, but around here they're open 8 to 8. So unless you're working 5 a.m. to 9 a.m., 9 p.m., in which case, by law, they have to let you vote. So
Lunch break.
that's my last one. I'm in trouble.
Uh-oh, last Pepsi.
God. Sounds like a midnight run to the store.
Man, that
You know what's-
Pepsi looks good.
You know what's funny? I never ran out of Budweiser.
No, really?
I think I did once. I think I was like 16 or 17.
Yeah.
And we were all partying, and I'm like, fuck. It never happened after that day. It never happened after that day. My father would say to me, he said, when I moved in with this guy, we went to a ranch house over A, and I never would do this again, by the way, folks. If you're single or you get single, don't ever rent a house over a hairdressing salon. Ever. Don't do it. They would do the perms.
Oh, that
Smell like rat.
stuff used to stink so
Oh.
bad.
But anyway, my dad would come over, and I'd be like, "Hey, you want coffee? What do you know? Because he didn't drink at the time. What do you want?" And my stepmother would say, "I'll have a beer." I said, "Okay." She says, "I'll get it." I said, "Open the fridge." We had an old fridge, the round ones, the round top, right?
Oh, yeah.
There wasn't anything in there except for Budweiser. Every shelf, the door, it was just all Budweiser. And my stepmother opened the fucking thing and she went, "Okay, I got the beer." And she says to my father, "Mike, what do you have? Are you having coffee? You having?" He goes, "I'll have soda." I said, "Hang on a minute. I got the soda on the back porch in a cooler." Yeah, I got my soda. So then the old man sees the fridge and he goes, "What the fuck?" I goes, "You don't want to run out." He goes, "Jesus Christ." I said, "Well, there's 2 of us. It's not like it's just mine. There's 2. He goes, "2 of yous." I goes, "Yeah, there's 2 of us." People come over. I says, I gotta stop my little brother from rifling him out the back door. He goes, "Yeah, thank you, by the way." I said, "You're welcome." I says, "I almost broke his arm." Well, then what they would do is him and his friend would come over. And his friend was my roommate's brother. One would come in the house. "Hey guys, what's going on? How you doing?" Blah 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 blah. We're watching a game or something. And then all of a sudden he'd start talking loud. And as soon as he talked loud, that's when the other one would open the fucking fridge, rifle the beers in the fucking coat, out the fucking door he'd go. So I said to my roommate one night, I go, "You know what's funny?" He goes, "What?" I goes, when you open the fridge, he goes, "Yeah." I said, "It's the top shelf." He says, "Yeah." I said, "The top 2 rows are gone." I said, "You know what's funny?" He says, "What?" He says, "I've been taking them off the door." And we found out that's what they were doing. Why do we not smell a wall?
I'm sorry for that. I had 4.
But, yeah, those are the good old days. Yeah.
And my younger sister was jealous because I had 4 sisters and she only had 3.
Yeah, they do stink, Fuzzfort.
Oh, I remember that back in the day. Oh, crap.
Boy, that stink.
Yeah, I let my mom do that shit to my hair. Never again.
Yeah, and it's one of them stinks that you can actually taste.
Yes.
The
It
weirdest,
doesn't go away when it's still just stuck in there.
The weirdest thing was everything was wall to wall carpet, right? And when I mean everything, the bathroom had carpet in it. I'm like, first of all, you don't put carpet in the bathroom.
Right.
Number two, you don't put carpet in the bathroom with two fucking bachelors that drink like fish and then have parties. And you just don't do that.
So did you ever nail that guy stealing the beers?
Yeah, it was my brother.
Oh.
It was my brother and my roommate's brother. So I grabbed him one night and I said to him, I go, I said, hey, Tom, come here. He goes, what? I goes, do me a favor. He said, what? I goes, tell John to come in the fucking living room. What? I said, tell him.
He came back.
Yeah, dude, I took a phone call, and then when I was on the phone, I must have lost my Wi-Fi connection or something because everything went to shit. And I had to on my tablet, I had to re-download the StreamYards app or whatever.
Oh God, I must have changed something.
I don't know.
Hey, call Susie for me and show her how to do it. I couldn't figure it out on her iPhone.
Oh shit, dude! Don't even get me started with iPhone. I hate them fucking things. My wife and the one kid. I think they're the most user unfriendly fucking thing there is. Android's so much easier.
Fuzz, I've had two of them.
Watching Susie use her phone, she just starts flicking the screen until she gets lucky and lands on what she's looking for.
I just figured out how to fucking on my computer, on my laptop. I've had this laptop for how many years? And there's this little microphone, and I accidentally hit it. I'm like, what the fuck does this do, by the way? And it said recording, and I went, hello. And all of a sudden, it took me to the song by what's her name, Adele, and anybody that covered it. I was like, oh, so it's like my phone when I talk into it. When I'm talking to Google.
Oh yeah, it's shit. What is that called on them laptop?
So
it's got a name.
Yeah, voice
the
to
lazy
voice
gum.
text. So I hit the thing and I'm like, and I said, Steve's Woodworking Homestead. Boom, brought me to the thing.
Huh. I must be famous.
I'm going to give you guys a life lesson right now. If you happen to have a vehicle that has...
No, I got a vehicle.
Has vehicle. If you happen to have a car,
there you
got a car that has the seat warmers in it, and you're busting them seat warmers out, and your ass is feeling nice and good.
You got a car and your ass all cold because you're wet.
And then you got to let one go a little bit. It will fucking bake it in that seat, and it will be in there when you get back in the morning.
I like it. I don't mind the seats that heat up. It's not like a priority. I don't have to have them. As long as I have
first time I ever had anything with it, and like my thing is, I forget that they're on, and then I realize, like, man, why am I fucking so hot? And I got the window rolled down, but my ass is fucking sweating, getting swamp ass.
My biggest thing that I need when I get it, like when I go to my wife's, when I drive my wife's car.
Hold on a minute. Trevor says the first place he lived in when he moved out of his parents was a party house, and we were playing cards one night, and three of us were going outside to piss. It was wintertime. We pissed one of the guys' doors shut. Froze solid.
Oh, nice.
No, as long as like my wife's Jeep Grand Cherokee there, it's got the lumbar support.
Yeah.
And that's and it's not it's the one you can set for what you know what I mean. You know, it's the power one, but so and it's like I'm like, oh, I love this. I wish this was in my car. You know.
Now,
But
years
sometimes
ago,
I'll.
my dad had like a fucking, I think, was it a Chevy? It might have been a Chevy or a GMC, fucking full size truck, like C71 or whatever they are. Like, it had all the bells and whistles. And this thing had, like, if I got in it and I did my preset and I hit number 1, it would put the seat where I liked it, and the steering wheel would go where I liked it, and the mirrors, and like everything, man, fucking mirrors adjusted, all this shit, right? And it had, you could do 4 different people, 4 different settings, you know. And but the problem with it is that you couldn't stop it. So if you got in, like, you get in, and I wanted on a 1 for me, and my dad was 2, let's say, and I accidentally hit 3, and that was my mom and her short ass legs, it would start cranking your ass all the way up into the fucking steering wheel, and it wouldn't stop until it got there. So you like have to either jump out or, I mean, there's no stopping it. It was like the Star Wars scene where you're in the trash compactor getting smashed up against the fucking wall.
Luke, I'm your father. Yeah, no, I had a friend of mine that had that in an excursion. When the excursions first came out.
Yeah.
When they were nice and big and awesome, instead of fucking small like they are now.
Are they small? I don't think they're that small, dude, because this is an Equinox, and I pull up next to a fucking excursion, and I feel like I'm in a goddamn Beetle.
The excursions that first came out in the 90s,
they were huge.
Were 40. First of all, they were like 44 gallons of fuel. They were probably a good 16 feet long.
I know the Suburbans were some big ass fucking things back in the day.
There's still some pretty big.
Jerry's got one. Jerry's got one of the original. Jerry's got one of the original. What do you call it? Excursions. He's got the 10-cylinder.
Damn. I would not want to feed that.
What do you guys think about old Tulsi Gabbard?
Old who?
A little too soon to trust her, I say.
I don't know what you said.
Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi Gabbard. What do you think about her?
I don't know who she is.
Party. Oh.
I haven't been following anything, kid.
Are you talking about what Buzzford was talking about with the cleavage?
Yeah.
Golf?
With the what?
Golf? Cleavage?
What? Tulsi Gabbard out golfing, showing some cleavage?
Who's Tulsi Gabbard?
She is a party member of the Democrats. She's a state representative.
Not anymore. She was a senator from Hawaii.
Right. So what's she running for?
And
she's not running for
She's
anything.
not running yet. But
what's she gonna run for?
She left the Democratic Party, and she's saying they just got too far over the edge for her.
Yeah, she ran.
A lot of people.
She ran for president the same year like Kamala Harris. I think it was the same year that Hillary ran, right? Joe Biden didn't run because he waited 4 years and then ran against Trump for Trump's second term. So yeah, he ran against like Beto O'Rourke, all the Democrats. There was a bunch of them: Beto O'Rourke, Pete Buttigieg, Kamala Harris.
Yeah, all the people that didn't have a chance in hell to win.
The Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, and then there was like that Asian guy that was he wasn't a politician. He was like a business owner.
Yeah.
Out of California or something like that. She ran during that. She's the one that during one of the debates, man, she gave fucking Kamala Harris the shit. She was like, you know.
But the problem with that is you can't run for president unless you have a minimum of like fucking 30 million in the bank. You can't.
Yeah,
because you can't pay the people to go hunt down all the bad things people talk about, like all the your adversaries.
Pay off all the
Right. You're advertising. You're not going to get a TV commercial. They're going to charge you fucking whatever a minute on a TV commercial, $5 grand, $6 grand, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever the fuck it is a minute
Yeah.
for a TV commercial. So,
Yeah, she tweeted out her like response that she was leaving the Democratic Party. She can no longer be part of a party that was like a warmongering type thing. But they're gonna get us into a nuclear war, all this stuff. She's like, if you're not 100% on board with them, then you're the enemy. Blah blah blah. Just talking, and she's 100% absolutely correct on everything that she said.
except the enemy
Absolutely, I
part.
recommend you go watch it. But before she came out and said that, a few days before that, he tweeted some videos of her like running like a 3-gun training, like tactical training with the AR-15, a pistol and stuff like that. And I tweeted to her, I said, okay, did you change your stance and your position on the Second Amendment and the assault weapons ban that you used to support or that you supported? Because she was for an assault weapons ban. And then I said, you do know that under that ban, all those guns you were shooting and having so much fun with would be banned. And I never got an answer. Of course, you don't usually get an answer on somebody like that, but I don't know if she hasn't said if she changed her stance. So is she like, okay for me, but not for thee, or
Yeah, we don't need another rhino.
Right.
Well,
But she said she was going to be an independent. But if she's out doing gun videos and talking bad about the Democratic Party, she says she has no intentions on running for any office. But what if someone picks her as their choice for vice president, which she accepts to run as
Right.
vice president?
William Nass says basically she was old school Democrat and didn't like the new woke Democrats.
Right. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, she's
Um,
totally against that woke thing.
what's his name was a Democrat and then changed too, and he was president. Ronald Reagan.
Well, so was
Trump
Donald Trump.
was.
Trump fucking gave money to fucking the Clintons. So,
The Clintons were at all their at Trump's weddings.
Yep.
And he was at Chelsea's wedding. And that redheaded comic that like held his head up with it, like he chopped his head off. There's pictures of her hanging out with Trump. Trump was all them celebrities and everybody that hates that man now fucking used to kiss his ass and worship him at all these goddamn Hollywood parties and shit for 40, 30 years. And then as soon as he said I'm a Republican, they all went against him.
Yep. Well, they were all trying to get a free ride, stay in the hotel while they were in town for free and what have you.
Yeah.
not all of them. Tom Brady stayed with them. Robert Kraft.
I watched an interview with Rob Schneider. You know who he is?
Yep.
I watched an interview with him, and he was pretty much talking about the woke and everything, and said he's done. He's done with Hollywood and stuff like that. He's like, I want to live in a country where my kids have a future and blah blah blah. He's like, as far as movies and stuff go, I know it's going to be hard for me to get parts. He's like, he just put a movie out with him and his daughter in it, and it doesn't look like it's gonna flop, but it'll probably go like on Netflix or streaming or something like that. It's not going to be in the movie theaters.
The only person I want to see run as a vice president or run as a governor or run as whatever, or get her into the Congress or something is Candace Owens.
Yeah.
You put Candace Owens, I will vote. I don't care. I'll move to the state just to vote for her if she's governor. But if she,
I cannot wait.
Congress,
I cannot wait to see the Black Lives Matter documentary she came out with.
Oh, it's out.
She did some digging.
Oh, they
and
raised $8
come
million.
up with all
They raised like
kinds of shit.
They raised like $8 million or something, and now they want to know where the money went. And nobody has an answer.
No, try like 23 million or something like that.
But that interview with Rob Schneider, though, he was talking about you know, they asked him about, hey, did you lose a lot of friends or anything? He's like, not really. There's some people that don't talk to me or whatever. He's like, but that was always going to happen. He's like, that's always going to happen. He's like, but believe it or not, he goes, there are a lot of people in his circle that think the same way he does, but they don't let it be known because they don't want to be fucking blackballed from getting movies and shit.
Absolutely.
So they just play the game.
Look at Hank Williams Jr.
What about
Country-
him? I mean, he's
country music.
He said some I mean, I love Hank
Country
Williams,
music.
but he
Country
said
music
some
blackballed
stupid
him.
shit. When you start comparing your president to fucking Hitler, you're asking for.
That wasn't him. That was fucking. Wasn't that? I thought that was Nugent that did that.
No, that was Hank Williams Jr.
Oh yeah, that's why he got kicked off of doing the Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football or whatever.
But that was 100 years ago. I'm talking
but-
about long before that. Long before that, and you know, and he come out and he would, you know, talk about guns and everything else and being a Republican and everything. And they as soon as he opened his mouth, the Academy, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's what they
don't
do.
give a shit about that because his fans are what keeps him going. His fans is what brings the money in. The Academy doesn't bring the money in. People buying his albums and going to his concerts is what where the money's at.
Williams says, "What about the Dixie Chicks? Remember that fiasco? Now they're real joint. They're back together again with this weird."
Well,
I
now
didn't
they're
follow
just
all
calling
that.
the Chicks. They're just
Some
calling the
different
Chicks.
name.
I didn't follow all that crap with the. I don't even know what happened with the Dixies. I know there was
They
something.
said
with,
something that they were embarrassed that the president is when George W. Bush was president. They said that they were embarrassed that the president of our country is even. It's an embarrassment that he's from Texas. That they're ashamed that they're from the same state that he's from, because
But-
they were in the middle of Iraq War and all that shit. But Toby Keith fucking slammed the shit out of them, and they disappeared. They disappeared for the longest time, and then that Lady Antebellum changed their name to just like
to Lady or Bellum or something, whatever. Which I think
the Dixie
is.
Chicks dropped the Dixie because it was offensive to people. Like,
Where'd all these uptight people come from, man? Everyone's so uptight.
Correct, JH586.
JH586. Welcome.
At it.
No, but if you look at them, like you don't see the guys that open their mouths and the guys that get in trouble. You don't see them anymore, right? You don't see Tim McGraw anymore. You don't see fucking Chesney. You don't see fucking Hank. You don't see none of those guys anymore. You know why? Because they all opened their fucking mouths.
Well, you see Tim
They
McGraw.
all open their eyes.
Tim McGraw's a liberal leftist, dude. He's all over the place.
But you don't. What I'm trying to explain to you is that you don't see them.
I do. He's on fucking him and Faith Hill are on the fucking Entertainment Tonight and all that shit. He's in movies and shit constantly.
That's it.
I'm not
Thank you, William.
saying.
The Dixie Chicks just changed their name to Chicks because the word Dixie is racist.
Dixie's
That's what they
racist.
Yeah.
Well, what are they gonna do? Not show the fucking the three mice anymore? Trixie, Tixie, and Luke, whatever the fuck they were.
Probably.
No time there.
Hey Disney, can we get a live action of the Song of the South yet?
Yeah, Fawn. If you go on Paramount, do you have Paramount Plus up there? Fawn, if you have Paramount Plus up there, there's a series called 1883. And Tim McGraw and Faith Hill are in it.
So Lady Antebellum is now Lady A.
Yeah,
Or
something
Glenn
like that.
Powder just didn't want to type all that shit out.
Yeah, what's an antebellum? What was the issue with that?
Wasn't that in antebellum something to do with slavery?
I don't know.
Good time for me to ask this question. I
Go
wish
ahead.
Scott
Please
was
do.
here.
I don't.
I've been doing the Scotch pine fatwood hunts, and
Yes.
someone left a comment saying it's Scotch pine because if you say Scotch pine, it's racist. And I told him, okay, I'll look into it, but I jumped on here. I haven't looked into it yet. Have any of you guys heard why it would be racist to call Scott?
It's not racist. They actually were brought over or brought to Scotland. Is how it got its name.
How can it be a Scottish pine if it was brought to Scotland instead of being brought here?
Well,
One
apparently,
way or the other.
I remember learning that saying colored people was racist. So I'm just wondering, am I?
Yes, but I don't think what you said was. You're asking me, but I'm not like normal people. I don't think that you saying a Scottish pine is racist whatsoever.
He's saying I should say Scots pine instead of Scotch pine.
Okay, and here's the problem. It's Stevie's
So now
chat,
you're
not-
taking the pine tree away from them?
it's Stevie's chat, not mine.
I've got to figure out why Scotch is bad and why it should be Scots.
You can call it whatever you see it printed in on the internet. If it says Scottish pine, call it a Scottish pine. Okay? And if he has an issue with that, tell him to call fucking Google and tell him to change the fucking name on the fucking picture of a Scottish pine.
Right.
The wording on the Scottish pine. Okay?
Well, it says Scotch pine is racist. What the fuck? It's a tree.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Oh, 10 times over, Fuzz Fork. 10 times over, brother. JH586 been hit 30 seconds. He's got a wrench already?
Oh, here it goes.
When
TI.
you know people, Mike, you know people. And
I'm
you
just
still haven't
meeting-
emailed me, bro.
Why is the term Scotch offensive?
I'm just meeting JH586 for the first time. You realize this, right?
He is an awesome reloader, dude.
Oh, cool.
Well, that's what he plays on YouTube, a reloader.
Okay.
I'm sure he does other things to make
All
a
right.
living or whatever.
Well, JH, nice
But,
to meet you.
I met him the other day on Scotsman's. Can I say Scotsman without being racist? Racist?
Just don't say Scotch.
I met him the other day on Scotsman's chat. Vanessa Kitty, what's up?
Hey, Vanessa.
So
Hey,
antebellum
Snowzoos.
means before the war. That's all it means.
Hey, Snowzoos. What's up? Listen. Here it is in a nutshell. You ready?
Yeah, right, William.
People are too fucking sensitive.
Too woke.
Okay. Now, Shalisa, I grew up with people correcting me saying colored, and we should call them black people. Okay.
And you don't dare call them African American because they could be English African.
Well, that's why we call them black people instead.
Well,
'cause
they
they're
would
meaning-
have to be actually from Africa to be considered anything.
So anyway, my point is, so don't worry about. I'm being dead serious. No joking. I'm not joking. Not anything. I'm with you. I was told not to call them colored either. My grandfather's generation called them called colored, and it was like that's how he was brought up. He wasn't saying it to be, I'm better than you. He wasn't saying it. I mean, he did later in life,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying.
I was brought up saying certain things, and I grew up out in the country in a little village. So when I started hanging around town and working outside of town,
Right.
I started learning that you don't say it that way.
It's kind of like when somebody from the South comes up here and they say, "Hey, can we go coon hunting tonight?"
Snow Zeus. How you
Doesn't
doing,
go.
brother?
It
Damn
doesn't
nice
go
to see
over
you.
well. And
Everyone laughs at my son's father's name is Coon. My son could have been named Coon.
but see, and this is the thing though. It all depends where you are in the country, right? So people down in the South still call raccoons coons, and they mean coon by raccoon. They don't mean it in a derogatory manner. However, because we're in the North, all right, and you said it up here, oy,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But
Well, actually, on YouTube, if you're talking in a trapping chat and you type in the word coon, it won't show up. It won't
really?
allow your comment to go on there. You have to spell out raccoon.
and I'm going to explain to you also too why if you want to call it the Scottish pine, why that's not racist. Okay? Because You have buildings that read an Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
You have buildings that read Chinese restaurant. You
Okay.
have, right? So all that is doing is telling you the name of what it is. Okay, so
Be respectful though, because according to that, Scottish people like to be called Scottish or Scots and not Scotch. Apparently. So I'm gonna practice saying Scottish. I don't know why I'm not Scottish, but I'm gonna trust what that says, and I'm gonna change how I say it.
Forgive me for butchering your name. Abigail Saros Finnegan. Welcome.
Finnegan, begin again.
Why does that name sound so familiar? I think I was on her YouTube or something.
You don't have to worry about it. Okay. I'm talking about the pine tree, right? So it's a Scottish. Okay.
Yeah, we're saying it's even wrong to say Scotch tape.
No, it's not.
No,
Tell him
name. That is the name brand.
that's the name of the company. It's a name brand. It's like Bear Aspirin. It's like Tylenol. It's a name.
Let me read it. It says Scotch is an adjective in English.
Did he
meaning
tell you that?
Scotland. No, I'm reading this. He says it's offensive, and I said I'd look into it. I'm looking into it now. It says many Scots like the term Scotch, and some consider it offensive. The modern usage of Scotland is Scottish or Scots, and the word Scotch is now only applied to specific products, mostly food, drink, such as Scotch whiskey, Scotch pie, Scotch broth. So I guess it is okay.
Oh, that's Scotch.
Scotch tape with the amount adhesive.
Scotch guard.
Someone is complaining something about Scotch tape too, but so it is okay as long as you're speaking specifically of something like Scotch pie, Scotch whiskey.
Right, and you know what? It's like this. Remember how? And you'll laugh. You'll laugh, but it's 100% true. I tried to explain this to a guy at work. He's Puerto Rican, and I said, and there was like 10 people.
Call him Mexican.
Hang on, there was like 10. No, you don't call a Puerto Rican a Dominican. So there's like 10 drivers in the driving room, right? And we're on our way out the door and blah blah blah. Anyways, I said something and I went, all you, and I went like this. I went, all you people, right? And he goes, that's kind of racist. I goes, no, it's not. You want to know the difference?
Yes, prepping.
He goes, yeah, why don't you tell me the difference? Tell me how that's not racism when that's really easy. I went, did I go like this and circle everybody? He said, yeah. I says, now turn your head and tell me how many different nationalities you got standing behind you.
Right.
I go, so I said, all you people. I said, Jose, here's the difference. If you and I were in a conversation, just you and I looked up to you and I looked to you and I said, you know what the problem is with you people? Now it's fucking racist.
Right.
Okay. So the same thing. You want to say Scotch? Say Scotch. You want to listen to me.
Don't bend. Stick to what you believe.
Exactly. And just because it says what you should do on the internet, don't listen to that either. You know why? Because those are the sensitive people saying, oh, you can't say this anymore. Oh, every person gets a trophy because little Susie, if little Susie doesn't get a trophy, she's going to cry. And if she cries, that's not fair.
Wham. Here's a good one to break us out of this wormhole. Gerald B says, pool is a racist game. You hit the colored balls with the white ball, and you hit the black ball in last.
That's right. Abigail Finnegan says, I know a Scottish guy. He thinks I'm fucked because I'm Irish, or maybe it's because I carry a Glock.
Ooh. Oh, that's where I recognize that name from. I know exactly who she's talking about.
As soon as I read Finnegan, I knew she was Irish because Finnegan, it's an Irish name.
Arr.
I'm an O'Shell. I'm Irish.
Well, I'm my family's Scots-Irish.
Thanks for the
so
reminder.
you don't know that. So you drink a lot and you have a little pee-pee.
My dad calls us Black Irish because we're dark Indians that are Irish.
Right.
The dark hair. Yeah, the dark hair.
Mikey, am I from Salty?
I
No, I'm
got
not.
I got another racist game. I got another racist game out there. Bowling. big black ball rolls down the alley and knocks over a bunch of white pins or rednecks.
Yeah, what's that signify? Seems like we're on the losing end of that deal.
I am from Mass, Fuzzfork, but Abigail, I'm not. I'm not from South. A little bit north. I'm north of Boston. I'm on the New Hampshire border.
Oh, her great granddad fought in the Easter Rising. You know, there's a song, Abigail, called Easter by Marillion. So listen to that one sometime.
Link it. Link.
Hey, I got two.
I know. What's up,
words
Fast
for-
Fingers?
Yeah, I got
That's
two
you
words
heard.
for you. Are you done, Mikey? Can I talk now?
That wasn't me. That was Shalisa. But go ahead, asshole.
So I got two words for you. Made in America.
Don't fall for it.
Made in America. You're hilarious, Ohio.
Did you guys not see that?
I did.
Joe Biden? He came out, he was doing a speech, and he's like, I got two words for you. Made in America.
Or wherever that place is.
I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I mean, okay, I'm just going to say it. This upcoming election, if you vote Democrat for any party, whether it's local fucking dog catcher up all the way up to senator, you're a fucking idiot. Look what this country has got. Look where we're at in this country.
Absolutely.
Women.
And it's
See,
not
now you're
Hang on,
advocating
let me
division.
finish my rant.
Now you're
I'm gonna
advocating
fucking-
division. I can't
No,
talk
Mike,
to you no more.
technically they are, because they have made themselves so hated that people are afraid to be with their own party. They're
Listen.
leaving in droves.
Not all women are like this, but I know there's a bunch of women that are. Women that carry a purse, there's probably a receipt in there for something that they bought 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So if you would, take that receipt, and if it's from the grocery store, fold it in two so you don't see the prices, and just go to the store and buy everything on that receipt. If it says you bought a 12-pack of Pepsi, buy a 12-pack of Pepsi. If you bought, 4 chicken breasts, buy 4 chicken breasts. If you bought a box of cereal,
Got
and
ya.
then at the end, get your 2 receipts, unfold it, and see the price difference.
I bet you $1 it's
And it'll
more
be
than
$100
double.
difference.
Not to change the subject. Hey, Snowzoos. By the way, Snowzoos says my wife is Sicilian, not Italian. Sorry, that's racist. No, it's not, because my wife is about this much Sicilian. So, and technically, they're not connected to Italy. They're on an island all by themselves. And if you look at a map of Italy, okay, we all know it's in the shape of a boot. And what's it doing? It's kicking Sicily right the hell out of there.
So you don't think that island on Sicily was just empty, and then a bunch of Italians went over there and habitated it?
Homestead, baby.
No, they probably took it with some poor Africans or something,
But I'm just saying, you don't think that they like a bunch of Italians got in a boat and went over there and be like, "Oh shit, there's people here already"?
I don't know.
think that was what it was.
I don't. To be
I
honest
think
with
it
you,
was
I
a
don't
bunch of
think about
Italians
that.
Got sick of the shit and went out there and like, let's go live on that island.
I don't. To be honest with you, I don't even think about that shit. I do know that there's like 7 to 8 different dialects of Italian in this country of Italy, which is a lot for a
Look at the
small
different
country.
foods. When you say Italian food,
Yeah.
a lot of people think red sauce, spaghetti sauce, that type, tomato. But
It all
there's
depends where you
different
are
types
in
of
Italy.
Italian food,
It all depends where you are, though, Ohio.
Well, but I'm saying
If you're in the
there's different
Mediterranean,
regions. Yeah, different the Mediterranean. There's different regions,
right,
and different foods come from that.
right.
But as Americans, when we say, "Oh man, I can really go for some Italian," most people that I know are thinking, "Oh, spaghetti, lasagna, shit like that." When I'm thinking, I want some Italian, I like the Mediterranean stuff. I like that olive oil and that type of, the pesto and stuff. I don't like that
And a shit ton of
tomato red
fish.
sauce.
And a shit ton of fish. So, because the
Yeah,
Italians down towards the Mediterranean ate a lot of fish.
I don't do the fish, but I like the Italian meals
well,
with like the scallions and the shrimp and the stuff like that.
calamari and all that shit came from the Mediterranean Italians.
Right, but I'm just saying, I like that stuff. I just don't like fish. I like different types of seafood, but I'm just not a fish fan,
Correct.
you know what I mean?
They don't use fish. They use shellfish. Let me be more specific.
Yeah, I love just about every shellfish except for I'm not a big lobster fan. I don't know why.
I had sea scallops today and I couldn't even finish them. They were this big.
Oh God, bless them. How about that?
Yeah, Snow Juice, we do. We chosen difficult lives. We have, sir. I don't have to tell you how difficult it is being married to a Sicilian. And if somebody has a problem with that, they can kiss my ass. Because that's not being racist, that's being truthful.
Abigail says, please don't cancel me. In case you look there, Abigail, you're wrenched up, girl. Ain't nobody canceling you.
For what?
Hey, I'll just tell you one thing. Where I live, you have to watch what because in Northeast Ohio, it's very there's a lot of first generation immigrants and stuff here that are all from that eastern bloc of Europe and stuff. So we have a lot of Russians and Ukrainians and Czechoslovakians and all. So, dude, it is. I mean,
Right on, Buzz.
you'll have more houses with Ukrainian flags flying on it. Right across the street, you got one flying a Russian flag. It's like, don't fucking stop here. You're about to get shot by an AK.
See, now here's my thing. If as long as you're flying, unless it's a special day, right? Like on fucking St. Patty's Day, everybody flies a dumb Irish flag, right?
Whoa,
But
you.
But I have no problem. Like if they want to fly their Albanian flag. By the way, is Albania near Italy or is it near Russia?
Albania is.
Yeah.
Isn't that closer like Turkey?
I don't know. I thought it was in Europe. I could be wrong. But anyway, my point is that raise whatever flag you want. But do me a favor. As you're raising that one, raise the country in which you're living in too. So raise the United States flag. And then raise your mother flag. And I don't have a problem with that. I really don't.
Right, yeah.
I really don't. I don't have a problem with that.
Well, yeah, we fly a U.S. flag here, and every once in a while we'll fly. Albania it borders with Greece and Serbia, not Serbia, but Kosovo and Macedonia.
Yeah, Kosovo. That's the war that the guy.
I guess it's part of what used to be Yugoslavia.
Yeah, that used to right because he the guy I work with he's Albanian. The fucking stories he'll tell you. Oh my God. Coming here and doing
everybody
everything.
thinks we got it so bad in America.
No, he's like, I don't understand. He says, I don't understand these fucking people. He says, I come over here, I gotta go to school, I gotta do everything I gotta do. How come nobody else has to do that today? I'm like, you came in at the wrong time. I'm an American first, Southern by the grace of God, and Irish.
Now, my
Finnish,
wife's family,
Spanish, Cherokee.
there's
Nice. And are you in the Northeast, West? Where you from there, Abigail? Oh,
Minnesota.
I read up. I'm sorry. Minnesota.
Just moved.
She moved from Miami to Minnesota? Wait for the winter. Wait for the winter.
Here it comes, girl.
He
Yeah,
went from fucking 100 to minus 100,
but no hurricane.
but no hurricanes.
She
Just
moved
blizzards.
moved north to be with her fiance.
Just blizzards.
Congratulations.
Don't worry about it. Blizzards are fun.
No alligators or 3-foot mosquitoes either up there.
Oh, now wait a minute. The north has fucking huge mosquitoes
Do they?
compared to down south.
Oh, you're from Florida, born in Duval County. Where's Duval County in Florida? Is that near Tallahassee?
It's going to take her 6 months to even adjust to.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it will.
It's gonna take about fucking 2 months tops. 2 months tops. I see on the other end of the head. I said Jacksonville and Tallahassee area, didn't I? I knew it was northern. I knew it was northern Florida.
Well, you covered about half the state.
What do you mean half? Jacksonville and Tallahassee are both in the north, you nitwit.
They're on totally different sides.
I hope Scotsman doesn't listen. What does he like to hear? Scotch or Scotch? Which one doesn't he like?
Scots or Scottish?
He doesn't like Scottish?
No. There was a commenter in one of my videos that told me that it is offensive to say Scotch and that you should say Scots or Scottish.
All right, so to the Scotch guy. See, I hope he's not watching because I just kind of told Steve to go fuck himself.
Never seen him.
I lived in Florida for 3 years, Lake City, Where's Deal, Leavesburg. No, I almost moved to Florida. Back in '99. I should have.
Should have listened to that Prince song a little more.
Yeah, Tallahassee's Leon County, yeah. Tallahassee and Jacksonville too far north of me. They get too cold in the winter.
Minnesota. You're going to have to learn to talk all over again.
Yep.
And if you're further up north, you probably sound like a Canadian.
My niece goes to school up in Minnesota, and she's picked up the accent. So when she comes back, to visit and stuff, during like summer break and winter break, if you listen to her when she talks, she's already picked it up. She's been up there for 2 years.
Hey, Abigail, I don't know what part of Minnesota you're moving to, but if you're anywhere near Minneapolis, you got to check out the fucking Mall of America. That fucking place is cool. It'll take you a fucking day to go through everything.
Minnesota is basically Canada, but with more guns.
Yeah, pretty much.
They have a real high Somalia population.
Yeah, guess who dumped them there?
Samoan?
Clinton?
No. It was Obama.
Obama did? No, I don't know.
Shipped them up there. Come on in. We got a place for you.
Well,
so you're taking people from basically, oh my God, hot in Somalia and stuffing them in Minnesota.
Well, when I lived in Columbus, there was a huge influx of Somalians. Right after that conflict, remember, like in the 90s, like what was it, 93?
Okay.
When they had the Somali Civil War and the warlords and all that stuff.
No Zeus.
And the whole, like, there's a whole area of Columbus that's just nothing but like every business is Somalian, and every house and apartment, everybody there is mostly Somalian, and they have a huge community there. But we have a big, like I said, it's all Eastern Bloc type stuff here. Russians, Czechs. My wife's whole family's like Russian and Slovenian, and then there's Serbians and Croatians and Ukrainians. And the whole, but this one area where I live has a Middle Eastern, and I don't know which, what country most of the people that live there are from, whether it be Syria or Lebanon or Saudi Arabia or whatever. But their grocery stores and restaurants, man, some of the stuff that they serve there is just out of this world. Have you ever eaten like Turkish food and stuff like that?
Nope.
Oh, dude, you get like the skewers, the big, like they look like fucking like saber, like Civil War saber swords.
Yes, Susie stabs animals with those, so I don't mess with skewers. There's no skewers in my house.
These aren't like skewer. They look like swords, dude. They're huge. They're like 3 foot long.
That poor
And they put like whole chickens and shit on them, and they cook them on like fires, like out in the street and stuff, like on like almost like a wagon or something, some type of like a street vendor type thing. And oh my god, it's delicious. I don't know. I'm pretty big into like trying new things, because when I grew up at my house, when my dad was home, it was like fried pork chop, fried chicken,
Occasional steak,
mashed potatoes, corn, green beans, biscuit. That was every fucking meal.
Well, you should have been a better. Looks like you should have been a better hunter.
What about goulash?
No, he didn't do that. My dad didn't mess with goulash or whatever. It was just But when my dad went away, like if he went like on a hunting trip or he was out of town or whatever, my mom would cook like spaghetti and shit like that, different stuff that not crazy stuff. But dude, I was in high school before I even had Chinese food, because my dad will not eat Chinese food. He won't eat Italian. He won't none of that. Mexican food. I never had real Mexican food until I was in high school too. I was like, Taco Bell is what I thought was Mexican food until
It's what, Taco Bell's not Mexican
with my
food?
friends, and they decided to go to a Mexican restaurant. I had no idea what a Mexican restaurant was about.
Well, hang on, back up a step. So you're telling me Taco Bell and Chipotle and all that, those aren't Mexican restaurants?
Well, Chipotle didn't exist when I was in school, back in high school.
Okay, but my point is those aren't Mexican?
Taco Bell's not Mexican, no. I'm sorry.
Americanized Mexican.
All that shit on their menu, you say that to a Mexican person, they don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
What the fuck is a chalupa? I think
Yeah,
that
it's a chalupa. It's a Mexican pizza. You might be called Mexican pizza, but that's not there's no such thing. It's all shit made up.
So it's kind of like Chinese food, because you tell a Chinese food, they're like, this isn't a Chinese food in Boston is different than Chinese food in LA.
But I'll tell you what, if a buddy of mine married a Japanese woman, and when she went into our Japanese restaurants, she would ask them in Japanese, and she would get a different menu than what he would get, and they would actually cook her real food.
So her shit was still alive and squirming as she was swallowing it.
And with eyeballs and
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah. So they offer it, but the stuff we're used to is not.
Yeah, we couldn't handle that. If we were all sitting around the fucking hibachi grill and the dude walked out and threw some fucking live squid that was still crawling with seaweed on it, none of us would fucking pick it up and just throw it in our mouth and eat it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like being growing up with my grandmother, right? It's like, you have the box pasta and and depending upon who cooks it, some people cook it till it's mush. Some people cook it just right. Some people cook it a little bit snappy, right? It all depends.
Yeah.
And then you got my grandmother, who at least twice a month would make her own raviolis, make her own linguine.
Yeah.
Right. And there is no, you usually take the fork and you out of the pan, right? You do it 2 or 3 times, fill your plate with homemade macaroni. One, because I'm going to tell you something, you're not going to finish it. It's thicker and more filling than the box of spaghetti.
But since I grew up like that, when I have a chance, I try new things all the time. Like I love like German food and like Turkish food, Middle Eastern food. I'm not too big into the Japanese and Chinese stuff as much, like the Americanized stuff I can deal with. I don't do Indian food. That's shit, man. I
What?
What I ate it once, and I don't like hot. Now maybe I should try it again and try to find something that's not hot, because where I ate this Indian restaurant, everything they put on the table was hot as fuck, and my ass was burning for days.
Yeah, I'm with you.
AKA the heated.
I went to an
seat
Indian
storage.
restaurant, had that same bad experience. It was so hot that you couldn't taste the meal that you were eating.
Right. Like the first time I had sushi, I didn't know what the green stuff was.
Oh, wasabi?
The wasabi? Yeah. My wife's like, yeah, that's wasabi. You put that, she's putting, she's smothering it all over her fucking,
Oh, yeah.
dipping her sushi in it.
How'd you know?
Dude, I had a hard time with the sushi at first. I was like, it's fucking raw, man. It's raw.
It's fine.
And she's like, you just have to try it. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty good. I like that, And then I'm like, what's this stuff? She's like, it's wasabi. It's like a dipping sauce. I'm like, oh, so I dip my fucking sushi in it, put it in my mouth. Shit lit me up. I was like,
Burn your nose a little bit.
and that's a heat that just doesn't go away with like drinking some water or whatever.
Wasabi's fine. It's all in how you made it. You know what I mean? That's the person that made it. You can calm that shit down. But it's best when it's like the way you had it. Now, let me ask you a question on the sushi. What's your favorite kind of sushi? First of all, I don't like the sushi with the rice. Sorry. But
that's what I usually get.
Oh,
My favorite. We have a sushi place here, and it's something crunch. I can't remember of it. It's a crunchy thing. I think it's got salmon in it, like the red salmon or pink salmon.
Mine is tuna.
But my go-to is like the California roll or the Philly roll, something more Americanized.
Mine is just a plain tuna that you slice off the fucking tuna itself, and then you take a pair of whatever, fork, whatever you got, chopsticks, whatever you're using, and you dip it in the wasabi.
William Nah says cricket steaks.
Cricket what? Steaks?
They're trying to talk us into eating crickets, boy.
No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm with you, Abigail. I love wasabi.
And by the way, start checking the labels on your potato chips and baked goods like that, because they are starting to use cricket flour as an ingredient.
Bastards.
Let's do this conspiracy corner time.
I'm out of here, guys. It's my bedtime.
Have a good night.
All right.
Good night.
Thank you, sweetheart. Nice to see you.
Bye.
You doing your chat tomorrow, or?
CB, I'll be right back.
With Anonymous tomorrow.
Alrighty.
Night, Ohio.
Be there.
Good night, dear.
We got sushi fans
Well,
out in the audience.
Mikey's gone, but he's not into this anyway. He hasn't been paying attention. See if you have, Steve. Have you heard anything about Biden?
I've heard a lot of things about
Biden. How do I want to put this? My mother-in-law is fixated on this shit, and she thinks that she's read a few things online, and she thinks that Biden is going to implement this plan this year or whatever, to get rid of all cash, and we're all going to get credit cards or bank cards or whatever.
They are. I've heard some stuff on that, but I don't think it's going to be this year. But they're trying to go that way.
Where we are given money, no matter what we do, we're all given money, and as we have to use that card to buy anything like that. But if we post something online that the government doesn't like, they can stop us from buying things. And all
They
this
can do
stuff.
that anytime they want, anyhow. I mean, look what they've done with the credit cards, and you can't buy firearms and ammo.
Right, but I told her, I was like, so you're telling me that the government's going to give us money to spend, you know? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, so I don't have to go to work anymore?
No, not that extreme. They're talking about welfare recipients, and they're talking about your paycheck will go on a card, or you'll get these coin government, like Bitcoin bullshit.
You know what though? Call me crazy.
Crazy.
But if you're getting government assistance on a card and you're not working and you're not contributing, maybe the government should have say in what you're fucking buying. You know what I mean? When you take that card and you try to buy some lobster and steak, it should say decline. You need to buy fucking bologna and fucking ham.
Well, just, because you're broke, you don't have to eat broke, but you also shouldn't be going into a grocery store and buying 52 bottles of 2-liter whatever that's on sale and then marching it down the street to your husband's party store and then selling it at a higher price.
Right.
That happens everywhere.
I've seen it.
It happens
I was
everywhere.
like, holy crap.
You guys, is WIC a national thing or is that an Ohio thing?
It's a national thing.
National.
Okay. I didn't know if it was national or just Ohio. I like how WIC operates.
Yeah.
They have a list of things.
Yeah.
Here's your WIC coupons. You are allowed to buy
Peanut
these
butter
cereals.
bread.
You're allowed to buy
Carrots.
But they tell you what you
Usually
can buy. If you're going down to cereal aisle, you can buy Cheerios, you can buy Life, you can buy the shit, you can buy the healthiest stuff. You can't buy the fucking Captain Crunch with the Cruncher Berries on the fucking WIC. You have to get the whole grain cereals and stuff, and then you can buy oatmeal, and you can buy wheat bread. Can't buy white bread, but you can buy wheat bread.
I bought
think that's a pretty good system
as long as they don't overstep their bounds. But it's the government, and they will overstep your bounds. Next thing you know, that already happened to you, Ohio, with your credit card that would not put through the firearm purchase. You imagine if the government had that control?
Yeah, that's true. That was the bank that did that. That was the bank's policy.
Yeah.
And that was.
And I don't want somebody telling me.
Bank, by the way.
I don't want somebody telling me, "Hey, you bought a case of toilet paper last week. You can't buy any this week." That happened during World War II and in the Depression.
Yeah. Well, I understand what you're saying there, but that's using your money, correct?
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't want to be on the dole and somebody telling me what I can buy and what I can't buy. If I'm working my butt off and making my money, I'll spend it on what I want to.
Right, but I'm talking about the people that are getting the handouts from the government of our money.
No, it's like you can't buy paper products with food stamps. The WIC card or whatever it is.
Correct.
EB, where in the fuck is conservative living when we need them? God damn it. Who knows all this crap? But yeah, I agree. A little regulation would stop some bad people. And again, it's a few bad people
because
making the rest of the people look bad.
It's the people that need it that are on it, right? And it's people that it's like anything else.
Yeah.
When you abuse something, things turn bad, right?
If you want to use your EBT card to buy, say, a quarter side of beef, a quarter of a beef, to put in your freezer so you're stocked up, and then next month, go buy all the veggies and shit to go with it, have at it.
Right. Well,
but you're buying that shit up on sale for resale, making money off it.
Yeah, but there was a time when if you use that food stamp card or EBT card, or, well, back in the day, they used to have food stamps where you actually had to tear them off and give them, money amounts or whatever.
Been
But-
there, done that.
But you couldn't buy pop on it.
Well, it all
You could buy milk.
It all depends where you were, what store you were at, everything else.
Yeah.
Because I remember my grandmother was on it, and I always wanted to get pop
We-
when we go. And she never had money, dude. It was always food stamps, and she was like, 80 years old. And we, when I was a kid, we'd go to the store, and she, couldn't get pop. You couldn't get anything that was like a luxury item. The food stamps were only good for necessities. You know what I mean?
Yes, but like I said, it all depends what.
Yeah, but
store
now
you
now it's totally different. You can
Yes.
fucking throw pop on there, beer and wine, all kinds of shit.
I don't know if you can do beer and wine, but I know you can do soda. You can do Kool-Aid and all that bullshit.
Well, I think you
But
used
yeah.
to be able to do Kool-Aid anyway back in the day. I'm not sure.
But
Excuse me. Purple drink.
but like I said, so it's like it's like anything else. When you abuse it, and a lot of people abuse it, and then that's the issue you're having, right? So, but it is
Be
it's a good
nice.
it's a good program to help those that need it, and I don't have an issue with the
Absolutely.
program. I don't have an issue with the program itself. I have an issue with how it's run and how it's not. It's not.
I'll tell you what I hate.
It's
too,
not
Mike,
policed,
and-
so to speak.
Right. I'll tell you
There's
what I
some
hate, and I-
major violators out
Yeah.
there.
Here, see the same exact thing. You go to the store, there's the lady in front of you. She's got a full cart of groceries. She's got fucking steaks. She's got lobster. She's got all this expensive shit. And they ring it all up. And she pulls out a fucking EBT card. She's wearing a $1,000 fur coat, and she pushes her cart out and gets into her fucking Mercedes Benz.
Yep.
It's
That's
it's
the shit that pisses me off.
well, it's like the people. Do you guys have food pantries around where you are?
Yeah.
We have food pantries, right? And it doesn't cost them a dime. They just go in and take what they need.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
All right.
I've seen them waiting in line.
So here's
I
the
was going to
thing.
say, Steve, I showed you that in Cleveland when we were driving around.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
The food pantry thing.
Here's the thing.
government
We
was
got
giving out all these boxes of food, and every single car in that line was a fucking Audi or a Mercedes Benz or a BMW or a Cadillac.
well. What happened was that the lady in New Hampshire, she was going on the food pantry, okay, and then selling it at her store. And the only reason I know that is because they still have to inventory what they have, so they use colored. There's that word, Shalisa, but it's legal. They use that the colored stickers. And one of the women from the food pantry one
was
day
like, hey, what's this shit doing
one
on
day
your
went to the
shelf?
store and she went, "Wow, that sticker kind of looks familiar." So she got it in her head that what was going on. So she said to the girls at the food pantry, she says, "I'm gonna put a black and white one together, and then we'll see." So they put a black and white and stick it together, and they put it on whatever the fuck it was, and they found it on their shelf.
Yeah, busted them out.
And they called her out on it. She said, well, it's a and there was a little language barrier there. And so they were under the understanding, because where they came from, you can go to one store, buy from another store, and sell it in your store for $10 more. And that was legal where they came from. So they probably just thought, but they didn't pay for it at the fucking pantry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude,
But-
we had the same problem here with ammo back in like 2013. You go to a mom and pop shop, and then you'd find that Federal Red Box
Yeah.
on the shelf for like $16. That was a Walmart exclusive. Only Walmart carried the Federal Red Box 9mm.
Right.
Walmart had a contract with Federal. So when you see that Federal Red Box on the shelf at fucking Dan's gun shop. Dan was going to Walmart and buying the shit and jacked the fucking price up on it at his shop. And then people kept telling us, "Oh, buy local, buy from your mom and pops, keep them in business." Now that they're going to fucking rip me off $4 for every box of ammo.
Right. I mean, you try to do it when you can, but you got to be able to see. You have to shop. You can't just go in there blind and start throwing your money around.
If I walked into Dan's gun shop and it was, $9.99, but it's fucking $9.79 at Walmart, I would buy it for $9.99.
Sure.
But I'm not going to buy it for $16.99.
Right.
When it's $9.97, when it's $9.79 at Walmart.
I seen that when primers got scarce. You'd go into a gun shop, they'd have 1,000 primers for $150. And it's like, I know exactly where you bought that for 40.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the last thing of primers I bought were
That's funny.
Winchesters.
William just asked, are primers available?
Well, Winchesters, and I think it cost me fucking. It was silly. It was silly shot money. How much it was too?
Yeah, and it's bullshit.
Like wicked shot money. But thankfully, I still have enough for a while. So, but I'm not like you. I don't reload. So it's not like you know what I mean. I'm not gonna go through them. I'm only going through them because I got a muzzle loader. So
yeah. William, around here, it's still hit and miss. You got to drive around about 5 or 6 stores. Maybe you'll find a couple of boxes.
Yeah. William, you know what's funny? I was up in the state of Maine one day, and in this hardware store, they sold primers and fucking ammo, and I thought it was the fucking funniest thing to go to the hardware store to get ammo. But
we always did back in the day.
Yeah.
So they had this thing of primers. They had this thing of primers, and because it was so old, I bought it. And I said to the guy, "These are 209s, right? I just want to make sure they fit my muzzle loader." He said, "What kind of muzzle loader you got?" So I told him, "I got a Thompson Center. What do you call it?" And he's like, "Don't worry about it, kid. It'll fit." And the box I took him up hunting, and they did the background, on the box and everything and all that, and they said it was from like the late 60s, early 70s.
Wow.
And guess what? They work with no problem whatsoever. So there's no such thing as, moisture and fucking this and fucking that.
Keep it dry and,
out
of a damp, area.
Yeah, they weren't in a basement anywhere, but, they were on a shelf in a store that was room temperature for fucking ever, What primer should I use for 350 Legend? Because that's going to be my deer round.
Nice.
Yeah, but he wants to know Abigail wants to know what primer should she use.
I use good old CCI and have had good luck with it. Nothing special. Whatever you can find will basically work.
Buy a flintlock muzzleloader? No, thank you.
Steve, you remember Western Auto?
Hold on.
What drum set is in the background, Steve?
Abigail, those are 1978 vintage Ludwig drums.
What's the drums begin with a Z?
The what?
The drums that begin with a Z.
You mean the cymbals, probably? Zildjian?
No, I thought it was the drums.
Or there's Zildjian cymbals.
Anyways, that company's in Hingham, Mass, or Norwell, Mass. Yeah, I thought it was Z-I-N-Z. I thought it was a four-letter word.
Wait a minute. When you said Zin, something come to me.
Z-I.
Zinzir?
It's a company in Massachusetts that manufactures them.
Google Zinzir, will you?
Oh, Abigail says not bad for the record.
Sweet.
She plays
Come
bass.
over. We'll jam. Let's get the band back together, man. I mean, woman, person.
Wow, she leaves the wrist fast, huh?
That's funny. We had a sports guy here, had his own TV show, hunting, fishing, whatever. His name was Fred Trost.
Oh yeah, good old Fred.
Poco Loco, what's up? Yeah, I miss him. But he said on his show one day, and he was talking about women's lib back then. He said people are offended, you know, when you say huntsman or fisherman, you know, why can't there be less of a, and he went through all these words that like okay, how about a hunt person? Well, that ends in son, so that's man, you know, SON. He
Right.
went through a whole thing on that. It was hilarious. It's like you couldn't get away from it.
She wants to know, can you keep up? I play thrash and death metal.
Poco Loco just stopped by to say hi while I poop. You give me about a month of hard practice. Yeah, I could do some death metal.
Is that the one that you scream? Is that the one when they scream into the fucking microphone and sound like a bunch of fucking? Yeah,
Yep.
I can't deal with that.
Oh, it's good in small doses.
No, I can't.
I can't do an all-nighter, but
I can't do that. I can't do rap. I can't do. No, I can't. I just can't do it.
thank God we don't have smell-o-vision, Poco.
Yeah.
I skip right over it all the time.
Oh, come on, live a little.
Nope.
It got a little it got
If
a
I
little bit under my skin when I come across that European thrash metal where they were just oinking instead of singing.
Well,
Oh yeah,
Marilyn,
that's terrible.
it's like Marilyn Manson. And
Oh, love it.
all them people.
Yeah. Love
That beat is okay, right?
People,
But-
the beautiful
But
people.
as soon as he opens his mouth, I want to put a bullet on his forehead.
Oh,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
what it's supposed to raise in you. He's talking about the rich and uppity people, it's all about the size of your steeple. Love it.
William.
I always liked Pantera's Walk.
Right?
That was a great jam, dude.
Well, I didn't have the correct description, Abigail. She said that's called gore grind, where they oink and all that shit. Poco dragged it right down
I'm
the
trying
walk.
to look right now and see how much. What'd you say your year was? Yours are old, right? 70 some?
78.
Liquid?
Yeah, that's the first year they come out with that. It's the Quadra Plus, and they're built with single skins to be louder than amplified music, and them are fucking loud drums. I mean, I just tap on them. I think I broke a stick maybe twice in my life, and I've played drums since I was 14. So I play them light. And all the time people, hey, dude, quit hitting them so hard, you're killing me. It's like, dude, I'm not. I'm just tapping.
Have a good one, Snow Zeus.
Good night, Snow Zeus.
Thanks for coming, brother. We're not far behind you, I guarantee it. Some Poco, some of the Christian metal is pretty damn good. What?
So
What?
the ones I got are going for about $500 right now used.
The ones what? Drums?
Yeah.
Well, dude, let's get a dual drummer band back together. We'll get Abigail, drive over from Minnesota. What kind of bass you playing, Abigail? Or several? Right, Beavis and Butthead all the way.
Yeah, mine's Drum Workshop, but they're like the lower end. They're like the
Fix equals a bomb.
So like the Chevy, the Chevrolet Chevette of the drum workshop drums.
I was thinking about getting selling these and getting a little electronic set. Ooh, she plays an Ibanez. Dean. Nice.
Dude, I dated a girl that bought a CB, or what is it?
You almost said it if you would have completed it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the
CB
hell he's
Rich
trying to
Bitch?
say.
Or is it CB Rich? Or CD?
BC Rich?
BC. She bought a, she had a BC Rich Bitch or whatever, like that Warlock or whatever guitar that was like, she had no idea what she had. She didn't play, she just liked the way it looked, and she had it for years. And I told her what it was, and then she was like, "What?" So she took it to a fucking like music shop down on like Ohio State, area of their campus, and fucking every dude in the place was offering her like, "I'll give you $3,000 for it. I'll give you, I'll give you
Right.
3,500 for it." And they were like arguing over, like a bunch of customers and the guy that owned the guitar shop.
Nice.
I told her, I said, just walk out and then come back in and say $5,000, But she ended up selling it for like, I think 4,200. Some guy gave her 4,200 for that fucking thing.
Nice.
Wonder how much
Did
they're worth
did
now.
they try to do it in trade? I've never seen a flying V bass, Abigail.
Yeah.
Okay, now MCK plays guitar, so
There you go.
everybody come over. Dish can be all over, the new Mick Jones.
Did you say Mick Jones or Alex Jones?
Not Alex. Mick Jones band.
So 4,900 is what some of them are going for right now.
Wow.
So, shit, that was also years ago when this was going on. So, dude, see, this is what kills me about guitars, is you really have to know what you're looking at and know what you're getting, because, like, here's one that looks identical to the one that was for like $5,000 for $595.
The thing is, though, the cheap guitars nowadays, the electronics and the guts, they've all kind of caught up with everybody, because I've heard some cheap guitars sound absolutely awesome.
Oh, well, I got a buddy that's been playing guitar for like 30 years, and he swears by Epiphone. Like, instead of like the Gibson,
Right.
instead of paying $1,500 for a Gibson, Les Paul, he'll buy an Epiphone Les Paul for $600. Or he'll say, like a Fender Squire. He's like, it's not, the neck's not as smooth, and the frets aren't as smooth, but it sounds the same and it plays the same. And he's like, and some Japanese Fender Strats are worth more than the American made ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that explains why that was so cheap. It's just a fucking model of a guitar. It's not a real guitar. It's like a display thing you hang on the wall.
No, that ain't gonna play worth a shit.
Right. No wonder it was only $200.
It's made for doing air guitar.
Dude, I can play the hell out of an air guitar.
Right.
I can too, but you can't hear nothing coming out.
Right. I used to have speaking of like Zildjian or whatever, I had a little tiny Zildjian cymbal that was like a giveaway type thing, like a promotional thing.
Yeah.
And I used to have one hanging from my rear view mirror. So I had a cymbal. But, you play drums on your steering wheel, then you got to have a cymbal. So you hit the cymbal. But
Right
then
on.
I hit it so hard one time it flew up and cracked my windshield. So
I was just gonna say that. Slap that bitch and crack your window. Nice.
Metallica will get you to fuck your car up when you're driving down the road.
Oh, back in the day, I was going to buy a killer stereo for my vehicle, and I only stopped at one place, and their price was fucking outrageous. I should have went somewhere else, and maybe someday I'll get it. Everybody ready? Dish looks tired again.
Yeah, I'm getting tired.
It's from all the editing and video making, isn't it? Wearing your ass. Remember how hard it is? I hope we get a follow-up, like light a fire.
Sure. Yep.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
Did somebody send you a light my fire that I know?
Yeah, I do believe that was
Well,
you.
As long as it's not in storage.
Right? It's not.
All right, folks, we're going to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight. What a great chat. Holy fuck, we went over 500 comments.
Nice.
Awesome. Lovely to see new people. I hope you come back and have a good time. We can talk about anything. We usually don't get political. That was kind of for us.
Until Mikey changes the subject.
Mikey didn't say goddamn word.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah, you did like 3 times.
It wasn't me.
Gunpowder, don't hit the complete button. Don't hit the complete button.
No shit. I figured it was safer in here than on my phone on Amazon. Fuck that shit.
Have a good night, everybody. Hold on a sec. La da 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 dee. This is for Abigail. Good night.
If you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. But when they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. You think taking guns away will save our kids from the killings, but you're pro-choice, abortion kills way more children. If America's so terrible and racist, it probably isn't safe to encourage immigration. Just saying, all the contradictions are embarrassing. You know who hates America the most? Americans.